What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? I'm here. Let me know if you can hear me clearly or not. I'm not sure if my mic's working, so let me know if you can hear me. Man, I could go check. Okay. Alrighty. Let's give some people some time to get into the room. And then we will officially get started. As I said, today is just a day to kick back, talk a little bit, talk about upcoming stuff on the channel. I got too much hair on my face. Yeah, but the lady friend doesn't want me to cut it, so I can't cut it. She's like, I like it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So you guys want to be sleeping on Santa? Yeah. So today you guys can ask me anything. As I said, just don't ask me nothing too personal because you're just gonna get an outright no. I'm not answering that. You can ask me anything for today, and then we can talk about the schedule for the channel going forward. Yeah, this is kind of like the first official live stream that I've done. The last one I did one possibly, I don't remember, probably like around a month ago or so. I did one. We just basically talked about um, shows to do after I was done with Game of Thrones. That was a while back, yeah. Season 8. Okay. What's the question about season 8? What do I think about it? What do I think is going to happen? Do you want to know what I think is going to happen? If I would watch it live? That's a tough question. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to promise you guys that I would watch it live. Maybe that's something I need to as part of my show. I mean, it's possible. There's no doubt about it that it is possible that I could watch it live with you guys. But I would still have to chop up that live reaction to make a YouTube video. You get what I'm saying? I would still have to do that. And I wouldn't be able to pause and give my thoughts because you just have to watch the show. I will be doing season 8. That's there's no question about that. The Expanse is the Expanse who stars in the Expanse again? I may have an idea of what that show is. Maybe I tried it and didn't like it. I don't remember. The Expanse. I'm not. I should do something like that. I'm not a parody guy. Like maybe if I had more people that could invest in time is one of the things that I've always wanted to do is to recreate shows with different actors or whatever. It's something that I've always wanted to do. Um, but most of my colleagues are businessmen and stuff. Like I don't have like when it comes on to like having a whole bunch of friends that would be into something like that. I just don't have those kind of friends. I'm just being honest. Like I don't have those kind of friends that are like super creative like that. Like in their own right, they are creative, but their interests are not like that. Like I'm probably the only person in my circle that has a YouTube channel. So I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah. So favorite character, my favorite character is John. Everyone knows this. Or you should know by now. My favorite character is John. Um John is leading my top 5, but he is my favorite. And there's a lot of reasons behind why I was favorite. I explained it a lot during the show. A lot of people don't like John because everybody has different opinions. There's a ton of people that love him, a lot of people that don't like him. Some people think he's dumb, some people think he's stupid. Um, because he's the character that was created for you to root for. Like let's just be honest about it. He was created for you to root for him. Nobody wants to see him die. You know, like if you didn't like shed a tear for anybody else dying in Game of Thrones, you know, I mean, John would be that character if you liked him. John didn't freeze somehow in season 7. What do you mean by that? When he fell in the water? You must be talking about when he fell in the water. Hey man, it's a TV show. If What's going on, kitty cat? It's a situation where you have to consider the fact that it's also TV and it's all made for drama. Um, it's all about drama, man. He is the Night King. Maybe that's why the Crypts of Winterfell play. I don't want to speculate too much about season 8. I think people are making too much of a big deal of the Crypts. I really do. I think that was just for drama. We're talking about Game of Thrones right now, but we're talking about anything. You guys can ask me about anything today, um, regardless of what it is. Doesn't have to be about any particular TV show or anything like that. But I think people are making too much of a big deal of these Crypts of Winterfell. Okay, I think that was just made for just a teaser. As in, I think the whole thing just means, hey, winter is here. I think that's what that whole teaser is about. Yes, I've seen the pictures. I'm not planning on reacting to a bunch of pictures. So, pictures look good. As I've said it, I noticed from the little bit of seconds that we got, the little seconds that we got from that little trailer that I reacted to. I saw a lot of costume changes. um Oh, okay. Didn't know that, Nate. I did not know that. It may not be important in the book. Well, I can understand why the crypts are important in Winterfell, but that's what I'm saying. Like for the show, I just don't see how that could come into play now. Um there wasn't a lot of scenes that were shot in the crypt. Um there were some references, the feather, um and all of that other stuff. There were some reference there, but as I said, it's just like what I said, that in the books, a lot of people say that in the books it is referenced a lot that Tyrion could turn out to be Targaryen, right? Is a possibility. And I said for the TV show, it just wouldn't make sense for them to reveal that in season 8, the final season of the show. It just wouldn't make any sense. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the Crips. There's not enough there for them to make it a significant thing in season 8 for me to say, okay, the Crips is a big deal. It's a toss up. When it comes on to Littlefinger, it's a toss up at this point, to be honest. I don't know if I would want to see him back. That's the thing. Like that's where the conflict comes in, is um if he survives, like if he survived and he actually switched places with somebody from the damn, it's been a while, ain't it? It would just be weird if one of the people who calls themselves no one, I don't remember, if he actually paid somebody to take his place, which is um I mean, they say only dead can pay for life, so him coming back, in a sense, it just kind of wouldn't make that much sense in the series. In the books, it could happen, could be an elaborate scheme, but on a TV show, as I said, there's a lot of things that just wouldn't make sense for them to reveal at the end or in the middle of season 8, even though the episodes are going to be like movies and only getting 6. The Kings of Winter could be resurrected. As how? How would that come into play in the TV show, though, Nate? That's you know, Kings of Winter. I feel like, as Kitty Cat is saying, that I just feel like it when it comes on to the crypt teaser, I just feel like it's just, at this point, it's just making too much of it. And I feel like, if anything, they're trying to tell you that some one of them 3 is going to die, if anything, which is very believable in season 8. We don't want any of those 3 characters to die, but somebody dying in season 8, regardless of who we might think it is or who we want it to be or whatever the situation, somebody dying. There's no way we're gonna have a war as big and as a show like Game of Thrones, who is not afraid to kill big characters, and it's the final season. So a major character is going to die in season 8. I really do believe that. And you know, who knows? It might be John. It might be John, because at that point is his purpose would have been fulfilled. You get what I'm saying? Like his whole purpose from season 1, his whole purpose from the way how he went to Castle Black and everything, just culminating in the war and everything. His whole purpose of being alive and die and coming back to life. His whole purpose is fulfilled. He don't need to live for anything else. For what? To be the king? To be the king? He doesn't need to be king. There's tons of people who can rule, maybe even better than him. Tons of people that's going to be left over. Tons of characters that we love. As I said, my money is on Sansa. In my opinion, I love Daenerys, but I don't think she's ready to be queen. I don't think she's ready. She's good enough to be, and rightfully so. The Targaryens should sit on the Iron Throne, but I think, in my opinion, I think Sansa would be the best fit at this point. I think she's seen both sides of the coin. She's seen both sides, so I think she would do a great job. And she's been through a lot of adversity. She has a similar path to Daenerys, as in, with the being raped and all of this other stuff that they've been through to get to where they are standing right now. So I don't know. This is my opinion. What would you hate the directors do in season 8? What will annoy me in season 8? Let's see. I think I think the war is gonna be great. What would annoy me if it is leaving a lot of a lot of plot points too open. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want there to be a finality to Game of Thrones. As in, this is not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, they need to end this shit, because at this point it's just end it, because you have pissed off so many people already with season 7 and how they handled it, and the Dorne storyline and all this other stuff. Just wrap it up. You get what I'm saying? So that would annoy me if they leave plot points open that we wanted closure for. And that's really what would annoy me. I know it's going to be spectacular. I know it's going to look beautiful. I know the whole picture of everything. I know that just watching this season of Game of Thrones, you're going to wonder if you're just watching something epic that's going to be a classic and just be there till the end of time. We're going to still be talking about this season of Game of Thrones and how beautiful it looked. But when we're talking about, there's really nothing, when you talk about it overall, there's really nothing to really talk about. There's a lot of dialogue left to be had, but it's more like pep talks, conversations that we want to see. We want to see what's going to happen between Jaime and Cersei. The Starks have all made up. I do want to see what's going to happen with Sam when he finds out that Daenerys killed his dad. I do want to see that. How he's going to respond to that. A lot of people is like, oh, he's not going to give a damn because they didn't give a damn about him. But I really do feel like the type of person that Sam is, or what I perceive of him, is that he's going to feel some sort of way about it. He may not retaliate, you get what I'm saying, but he's going to feel some sort of way about it. There's still his dad and his brother, so really the biggest thing that I think would annoy me is if they don't wrap it up properly. The walkers are going to take Winterfell. Okay. I thought you were supposed to pay for someone to be killed. What are you talking about there? I'm not sure what you're talking about there, kitty cat. The walkers will take Winterfell. I vote for Stannis. Okay. Stannis might come back. He still died off screen pretty much. Rez Kings. I'm trying to get to your sub goal by end of the year. You should get there. What exactly are you doing on your channel? If you're doing, for me, it was a very gradual growth. I love my growth because pretty much everybody that watches stuff on my channel um came in and they sub because they like me, not just because I'm doing something, because I'm honest about my feelings. I don't hide it from people. you know I'm an authentic dude. So I hope Daenerys burns. She burns too many people. That's funny. Yeah. Yes, Lady of Winterfell. Yes, Sansa. I believe that if anybody should sit on the Iron Throne, I think she deserves it more than anybody else. Um, I think Daenerys is too temperamental. She's too easy to go the other way. Sometimes she doesn't. So I understand that she has to be queen. She has to be quote unquote the dragon, right? She has to have that attitude. She is Targaryen. Um, but it's obvious you don't need dragons to rule. You don't, and I will ask a lot of things like, what would she be without dragons? And that's how I look at it. It's not about Dany haters. I don't hate Dany. She's in my top 5 characters. I don't hate her. It's no Blue Gypsy. I do not hate Dany. Right? It's just that I'm evaluating when it comes on to the Iron Throne on who I would like to see there. And she's not my top choice. She has the claim. So does Jon. Jon is my favorite character. Jon has the claim. He has the legitimate claim to the throne. I think he would make a great king. But I just feel like his purpose is not to be king. Right? Cersei. How Cersei Cersei has a lot to learn. Cersei is she's too she feels like the world owes her something when in turn she owes the world a lot. She feels like the world still owes her something. It's like it's because of your attitude. I mean, the stuff that she's done even as a child. I mean, look at her attitude from she was a child, forgetting about all, the incest and all of that stuff. I mean, when you're looking at it from the type of person she was from she was a child, the privileged, spoiled person, you know what I'm saying? Even though she didn't get the attention that Jaime got from her dad, she still was spoiled. Right? She was shipped off the mat to she was supposed to marry. She wanted to marry Rhaegar. That didn't happen. She ended up marrying Robert because her dad said, "Hey, we want to unite the houses, whatever, whatever." Um, favorite villain? Favorite villain? Ah, favorite villain is there really a villain in Game of Thrones? I mean, if you're not gonna say it, if you're not gonna say the Night King, because the Night King reminds me of the impact he had on the show. Reminds me of Madara from Naruto. Was talked about. He was basically a fable in certain situations. He was a fable. Nobody believed that he exists. Only who saw him, and there were stories, but nobody really believed because they all think it's fairy tales or whatever. And when he showed up, I mean, at that scene at Hardhome, I mean, it was just too beastly. I thought this guy, as I kept saying, I thought he was gonna part the sea like Moses. I mean, and then I mean, that was like the first showing of how the army keeps growing, and that was just great. So if you're not going to say the Night King, I mean, I would say Ramsey is my favorite villain in the show. Why? Because he did a number on Theon, man. He did a number on Theon till to this till this day. I don't think Theon is back to his himself. I really do feel like at at the Dragon Pit, I feel like if Euron had went over to Theon and grabbed him, I don't think he would have done shit. Like that's how, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how much of an impact, psychological impact that Ramsey had on him till this day, I feel. Okay. Kitty Cat says Danny will be dead by the time Sam finds it. That's possible. That is possible. Put the link in the description, bruh. Put a link in the description for the Littlefinger theory, or join the Discord and put it there so I'll remember. Oh, the peanut gallery. Okay. Yeah. I preferred when she was younger. She was more naive. Like at least her character was consistent. That's very true. That's very true. They changed a lot about the characters. I would say maybe to end of season 6, going into season 7. Um, it wasn't. I think from when they took out Barristan, a lot of things changed about Danny. I think that was the turning point, and they wanted to display that because she didn't have that stern. She wasn't getting those stories anymore about who her brother was. You know, she wasn't getting those stories anymore. So she just be like, and then Lady Olenna came in and started saying to her, "Hey, you got to be a dragon." You know, so it is, you know, when you have your hand telling you, "Hey, you got to be mindful of certain things. You got to do things differently." But then you have somebody else that's in an even more prominent position telling you, "Hey, you got to be the dragon. I know who Cersei is, blah, 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 blah," right? It changes things for you. Even though as I said my piece on this when I was reacting to the show. People disagreed, people agreed. It don't matter. It's my opinion, right? So, yeah. So, like I said, by the end of the story, there will be no magic, no dragons, White Walkers, the Lord of Light, all gone, along with Brad. Okay. uh, That's the possibility that all the dragons will die. Nobody wants that to happen because you know all the um all the animal lovers are gonna cry. So yeah, all of us prefer younger Daenerys. The Daenerys now is a bit too cocky. Nobody likes people who are cocky because you know you have the strength. You know, even though I love the dragons and I love to see her on the dragons. Hopefully, we get to see Jon on a dragon because he's a Targaryen. So I'm guessing he's gonna be riding the other one. I forget their names sometimes. Um, to be honest, anybody who can take the throne as a claim as proven. Yes, that's true. Yeah. But I think after, I don't know. Do you guys want to see do you guys want to see a time of peace after the war, or you still want to see war? Because for me it's, I think at that point they should come together and decide something, because as John says, tired of fighting. Tired of fighting. I was like, y'all not tired? It was like every day y'all fighting over this stupid ass sword thrown. Like, come on, man. Like, stop the fighting, man. The Targaryen invader will never sit on the Iron Throne, and her foreign armies will not exist when this is over. Well, that's true. Without her armies, everyone will be dead because they won't have nobody. They definitely wasn't going to defend the North with what they had. Hottest actress? Man, don't be asking me that question here. My girl, like, she right outside. Hottest actress. I don't even know. To be honest, if I actually think about it, I mean, Emilia Clarke she's pretty. To be honest, she's an unusual type of beauty that you really don't see very often. But I've seen prettier, of course. Um, and she's funny too in real life. She's really funny. So but we say the hottest actress in Game of Thrones. I know Melisandre is pretty nice. Um, Sansa, Sansa is the type of girl where um she's very pretty. She's not my type. I mean, the only thing about her that I like is that she's a redhead. So it's like I like that aspect. Like, but otherwise, she's really not my type. She's way too damn tall. It's like I don't want a woman that's like she's actually taller than me. I think she's like in real life she's like 6'1" or 6'2" or some shit like that. She's really tall. Euron is a great villain. Yes, he is, but they have not really expand on his I want to say they haven't really expand on his character so much for him to be he's made a great impact since he's been in the throne, but we didn't get him like we got Ramsay. You get what I'm saying? We got Ramsay. What was he like over the course of like 2 seasons, or it was like one and a half? I think it was like 1.5 seasons. We got him for. Or was 2 full seasons, I think. But Euron was just like here and there. He just kind of came out of nowhere, killed his brother. You know, killed Balon and just came in trying to take the the water throne, if you want to call it that. Targaryen invaded Iron Throne in one sentence when one would not exist without the other. Well, that's true. That is very true, Alexander. I dig that. One would not exist without the other. If you know the history of Game of Thrones, um, they created the dynasty, man. The throne that everybody wants, they created it. They brought the seven kingdoms together. Um, you know, they did it with dragons, but they did it. Theon was a child and a weak one at that, but that uncle though, yeah. Theon, I saw his weaknesses from it was like episode 1. I didn't like Theon. Um, I'm glad he finally found his nuts, but at the same time, you know, from season 1, from episode 1, man, Theon just didn't sit well with me. The way how he talked, the way how he acted, you just kind of felt like he was not going to go in the direction you would like to see him go. Um, because that the I think the first time we found out in the TV series that he wasn't a Stark, because at first I thought he was, but then when you actually do the count, you figured out that he wasn't a Stark. Jamie and Brienne is what I want to happen. I want them two to end up together because their chemistry is pretty obvious. But I don't know. I don't know. This man is hypnotized. He hypnotized by his sister, man. So I don't know yet. It's the first time we saw Jamie walk away from Cersei, so I don't know if it's gonna continue or he's gonna be pulled back in. Maybe he hears that Cersei's in danger or something like that, and he gets pulled back in. Because you know how it goes, how she manipulates him over and over again. Reactors for what? If I watch any other reactors, for what? For Game of Thrones or reacting to Game of Thrones? Okay, I do. Now that I finish, I do from time to time watch a couple of people react to Game of Thrones. Some people are really funny. You're right, they are. And so what I like about Sansa is that she knows her enemies personally, which is why is thinking which is why I was thinking she'll be the last one standing. Yeah, it's a pretty good point. Personally, I think Daenerys should forget about the North after the White Walkers. It's the shittiest kingdom that contributes the least and causes the most problems. Well, the North acts a lot on emotions, so I don't know about contributing the least though. That's a bit off. What's up, Ephraim? Um, if that's right, Medina. I don't know about contributing the least. It's a bit far fetched. I think they contribute a lot, as in when it comes on to the protection of the realm, because they've been protecting the realm from the wildlings for a very long time. So I don't know about contributing the less. Like that's a big deal. If you're not gonna say talk about the White Walkers, I mean they have been protecting the realm, you know, protecting the wildlings from coming down or whatever. Because you know the wildlings, all they want to do is pillage and kill. At least that's how they was perceived before, until John decided to do something different with them. War, please make Game of Thrones. It's like more war. That's what we need. Okay, I feel like something is going on with Gilly's baby, Sam. She and this baby must be important to the story. Why? Just could be a baby. How so though? You gotta explain that, kitty cat. Sir Pounce. Sir Pounce is kind of like the situation that's going on with Captain Marvel right now, where everybody's like the cat in the damn movie is more interesting than her Captain Marvel, whatever her name is, Brie Larson. Baby Craster is just chilling, right? For real. Maybe they'll have something to do with the White Walkers. Wouldn't some of the Walkers be his brothers? Well, you guys are right about that. In certain circumstances, technically, yes, that is true. But what is a baby going to do? It's not like this. It's not like the war is taking place years later, where he's like old enough to understand anything. No problem. Jamie and Cersei are going out as one, so Brienne will be getting none of that. What are your house words and sigil? I don't see on your green screen. Maybe one day I'll do something like that, or you guys can make something up. You guys are the real diehard Game of Thrones fans, man. Well, Baby Sam was supposed to go to the White Walkers and he was taken away. Wouldn't it be funny if all this was due to that? The Night King is just like, give me my dad, baby. Oh man, that would be hilarious if he did all of that just to get to Baby Sam. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Not very fulfilling, but Littlefinger or Varys, as in better character. Character I like better. If it's that um Littlefinger or Varys, definitely Varys. If you're gonna say better character, who played the game better, I would say Littlefinger. It's the Night's Watch who defend against the Wildlings, not the North. Well, the North do send their men there, mostly. Most of the men there are from the North. They're not from King's Landing or whatever, or the other places. Most of the men that serve in the Night Watch are from the North. So that's why I kind of consider it that way. Or maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But that's what I've always thought because it's like literally right there, you know. And most of them are from houses from the north. So that's why I was thinking majority in that, in that circumstance. That's why I said the north kind of defends. Okay, so the North deal with the odd one or two slips away. If it wasn't the North, then it'd be someone else. Oh, that's true too. Expectations for the book. I'm expecting a very good read and to find out all these mysteries and to have my own theories. And because people think that there was a lot of people that was on the last Game of Thrones video I reacted to about the top 10 things, best and worst things that changed, and a lot of people was saying that you haven't read the book, so you shouldn't have reacted to something like this, paraphrasing. um and my opinion on that is that reacting to that doesn't change my perspective on the books. um I think Nerd Soup did a good job of explaining the difference between the book and the TV show, and I just went off of that. Yes, I have not read the books, but I still can have an opinion. Nothing changes. I was just saying, I never said one was better than the other. They explained and said, this is what happened in the books, this is what happened in the show. So I gave my opinion on it. It's not like they never said what happened in the book, so I can't have an opinion on what happened in the books. you know. So my expectation for the books is that I'm still gonna enjoy it regardless of what happened. Still gonna enjoy it because, as I said, I do a very good job with myself knowing that it is not going to be that it's not going to be the same thing. I approach everything in life the way how I want to do it, and always do it in a different way and not the same way. Just like how I've been telling you guys, you can't compare the two because the two is done differently. And it's obvious. A TV show is never going to be the exact thing as a book. You just can't expect that, because then you would get 3-hour TV shows at a time, you know. So the North is about the only kingdom who takes the night watch seriously. It seemed like John was always thought it was an honor to join. Yeah, it does seem like that. That is true. A lot are criminals, but you're right. The North does value the night watch more than everywhere else. So yeah, yeah. Can you do game and movie reviews? I am planning to do movie reviews. Games are a little bit difficult for me because they might not come at a time, because when it comes on to game reviews, people view game reviews to make a decision if they gonna buy the game or not. I don't have that kind of link up. If I if I get a game when it drops, people want that review within a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't have that kind of time to finish a game that quickly, to be like, okay, because I'm the type of person like this. When I play games, I like to take my time and enjoy them. So as people like last year, I was telling everybody, I told them, I said, if God of War doesn't get Game of the Year, they would be robbed. A lot of people think that Red Dead was better. And I said, no, Red Dead is not a better game. Why? Yes, it's a long ass game and the environment was vast. It was an open world, way more open world game than God of War was. God of War it was never meant to be an open world game because there's still so many areas that you couldn't necessarily go to. It was leading but not so leading. And I think that God of War, me being a God of War fan and a Red Dead fan and playing both games, I just said that Red Dead was not the better game. Yes, it was great when it comes on to they did everything good, but it wasn't on the God of War level. Like when I played God of War, knowing that it was a new experience for me as playing the game from God of War 1, playing all the God of War games up until this one, which was a whole totally new different game. And it renewed my joy for it. Everything, the nostalgia, everything, it brought back everything. If you were a new person who have played God of War for the first time, you would have gotten a great experience from it. Red Dead just didn't. It just didn't do that for me. I'm sorry, it just didn't. It was a great game to play. No, a lot of people might say, I was wrong, whatever. Well, this is my opinion, and they won Game of the Year, and a lot of people cried about it, and I was like, see, it was a surprise to a lot of people because Red Dead was winning pretty much all the damn awards that night, but then God of War stole Game of the Year. I was like, yeah, Red Dead did a good job. All those things they won awards for, they deserved it. They deserved it. But Game of the Year, no, can't give them that. I can't give them Game of the Year. A lot of people thought Spider-Man was going to be Game of the Year too. I couldn't give it to Spider-Man either. Just couldn't. Like everything. I mean, just the scene in God of War. Just the scene when he goes back for the Blades of Chaos. That alone killed Red Dead. Like just that alone. Just that. I would give God of War Game of the Year. Just that alone. Just that feeling going back for the Blades of Chaos. Just that alone. That alone killed Red Dead 2. Okay, so yes, I am very excited. So who do you ship Brienne of Tarth with? Jamie, Tormund, the Hound. Please, this has to be Jamie, hands down. Hands down. Love Tormund's my guy. Love him, love the Hound too, but Jamie, most definitely with Jamie. Yes, I'm very excited for that fight. I'm actually going to react to it tomorrow so you guys can get it by Tuesday. It'll be out on Tuesday. Yeah. Want to hear me complain about games? Trust me, you don't want to hear my game reviews because right now, it for me is just like I've been a Call of Duty fan for forever, and they're ruining Call of Duty. Over the past, I want to say 3 or 4 years, they have ruined the franchise, and now now Activision is losing money because these microtransactions that they're trying to put into games, man, it's ruining games for everybody. And they brought it to Call of Duty, and it has not been the same since. It just hasn't. No matter how they try. And Black Ops 4 is a very good game, but I hate it because of that aspect. I love playing it. And instead of them concentrating on giving you the best gaming experience ever, they're concentrating on selling you stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to buy anything. And that's why God of War was such a great game, and why this is one of the reasons, I mean, that it deserved to get Game of the Year, because there was no bullshit like that in it, and it was still so great. People talking about single player games are dead. You know, no, they're just not making great single player games anymore. And God of War proved that to you guys. So yeah, God of War 10 times better. Took a great risk by changing. Yes, yes, very good risk to take. I loved it. Nice to hear people rage. I rage a lot, man. I rage a lot, especially knowing the fact that I don't really have the time to play. And then when I sit down, it's all the bullshit, you know, shitty servers that they have the games on. You can't get into you get into lobbies. The hit detection is stupid all over the place. I don't understand why people think you can't watch a show without reading the book first, as if that somehow makes you unqualified to render an opinion. That is very true. That is very true. Take the two for what it is, man. Take the two for what it is. There are so many shows that I watched before I read the book. Harry Potter, I watched the movies before I read the books. A very close rendition of it. Didn't let me enjoy the book any less. It's just two different experiences. I don't understand why people don't understand that. What's up, Ruvik? Yeah, Gerard in the house. Mr. Lelouch himself. Would you consider reacting to some comedy like Bill Burr? Sure, man. You guys know from just how I react on my channel, you know I love to laugh. I love to laugh, man. A good laugh is good because when I'm talking to these business people, I gotta be super serious and stuff most of the time. I joke around, but most business people, they don't want to see you smiling. I don't know why. They always want to be super serious. Like when it comes to money, we all gotta be super serious, right? But I try to lighten the mood all the time. They love it. That's true, but I recommend to anyone who really enjoys the TV show, movie to read the books they based on, because you get so much more information. It's true. You get a lot more information. As I said, in a book, an author can expand. He can take 100, 500 pages to explain one concept to you. A movie can't do that. They don't have the budget to do that shit. They have to try to figure out, how can I explain these 500 pages in one scene? That's how they have to figure stuff out. And they might shortchange you because of it. Sansa, Callan, or Aunt Polly. Oh Lord. Now you're killing me now. Now you're killing me. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to answer that. Cause as old as Aunt Polly is, she gets down, man. I like her a lot. Yeah, it's a job, right? Kitty cat. Yeah. Reading is a lot. That's why I'm probably as I said, I have the audiobooks, but I'm going to get the paperbacks so that because I do like to have paperbacks. I might just have them just for collection, um, as a collection. So the last League of Legends cinematic, even if you don't play the game, it's awesomely animated. Check it out. I might check that out. I've never played League of Legends, even though it's like the most popular game on earth. I've never played it. I stopped playing strategy game. I stopped playing RTSs since the days of like Age of Empire. Um, so it's Age of Empire was like my go-to strategy game. But um, but when it comes on to MMORPGs, it was Warcraft. I'm talking about back when I used to play on PC. That was like a long time ago. You're talking about 10, 15 years ago since I played games on PC. Because I started to play video games on PC because when I was younger, I didn't own a console. So it was all PC. Every game I played was on PC. Um, so yeah, that was a while back. It was a while back. But when it comes on to like MMORPGs, like because League of Legends, League of Legends is it. What is it? It's a RTS, right? If I'm correct, it's very similar to World of Warcraft, right? Or am I remembering this shit wrong? I think I am. No, I'm not in a voice chat. But if you guys want to do voice chat on Discord, that's all up to you. But yeah, so you gotta let me know if I'm remembering that wrong, because I think League of Legends is a real time strategy, or is it? No, it's not a real time strategy. Isn't it an RPG game? You guys can let me know. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. MOBA. What the hell is that? All game lasts 30 to 40 minutes. What the hell? Yeah, I was totally off on that. I've seen gameplay of it, but I'm not sure what type of game it is. That's all I know. I never played it before, but I know off it. Because if you don't know about League of Legends, then you're completely shut off from the gaming world. I just never like decided to like play it really. So EA's greed, yeah. EA is gonna lose their company. I believe that if they don't do something to remedy their situation, I think it's gonna cause problems. They have taken it to a whole new level. And the thing about it is that I was just talking to someone the other day and I was like, dude, EA was my favorite publisher, like for a very long time. Like there wasn't any game that they put out. And it comes down to EA Sports, EA Big, all of their franchises. I even used to play Battlefield, and I stopped playing Battlefield because it just sucked now. No, I have not watched the interview. I have not watched the interview, okay? I might check it out. French movie maker Lelouch Britannia. Way after he's a copycat. Oh, for real, bro? That's crazy. That's crazy. Lelouch Britannia. That's way too close. Yeah, everybody loves that reaction. The Reigns of Castamere. That's one of the most craziest reactions I've ever had to something, because that that scene, bro, like that's why it's so iconic, because it is such an iconic scene in cinema today, movie or TV. Like, it's so unexpected if you have not read the books. It's so unexpected gaming for a bit. Check the last cinematic called Awaken. Okay, I'll check it out. Maybe I'll react to it. Because I do those something because they do have their cinematics. I do watch the ones for that damn game is called again, Overwatch, that I don't play either. But I watch the cinematics. They're usually pretty cool. Rome. How many seasons of Rome is there? Is just one season? Um, the current series that I'm watching, once I finish the ones that I'm watching, then I'm gonna check out the other ones that you guys suggested. Westworld. I still All right. There is a reason why I do not want to add anything else right now. Is a big reason. I'm reacting currently to what is it? 5 shows, I think. I'm doing 5 things, I think. Now Game of Thrones is not really it's not really anything. But it's like the Walking Dead, um Peaky Blinders, Ippo, and Cold Geass right now. Majority. Every now and then I might drop a Black Mirror episode. Um and of course I do the Game of Thrones stuff. 2 seasons for Rome, okay. But I do not want to add anything. Never watched Sons of Anarchy. Heard it's pretty good though. There's a lot of shows out there that I have not watched. There's a lot of them that my favorite character from Ippo is Takamura. He's my favorite character. The reason why Ippo is a very good second. Right. The reason why Takamura is that guy where it's like I like his character, even though they don't really show his fights. I think that this fight that's coming up is the first one that they're actually going to like expand on. It's gonna take like he's gonna get a complete arc. You get what I'm saying? Like the last fights that the fights that we've seen of him is either you've heard about it, they talk about it in the newspaper, or when they actually show his fights, they don't last that long. You get what I'm saying? So it's so you'll get maybe one episode, half of one and half of the other, or you'll get one full episode of him fighting. So now this is the first time that we're actually going to see Takamura do a fight, and it's going to last for like I think it's like 6 or 7 episodes, if I'm correct. Um, so I'm happy to see that. The reason why he's my favorite is because he's the guy that everybody looks up to. Everybody looks up to him. Um, as a mentor, he's really good for Ippo. As a mentor, as a boxing mentor, he's a pervert. By every meaning of the word, he's a pervert. I mean, look what he did in the last reaction. I mean, why are you sneaking up on ladies on the beach, grabbing their titties? Like, why are you even doing that? Why? you know? So, hey, Sabrina. Yeah. So, The Wire, yes, I've seen The Wire. Was great. Was great. I actually watched it maybe a year or so ago. I think it was like probably 2 years ago. I watched The Wire, the entire thing, because I never watched it when it was airing. It was great. I didn't like how it ended, but you know, I didn't like how it ended. Like the I still feel like there was so much things they could do with that series, but that's how it is with TV shows, man. Writers change. There's a lot of characters there that I think they could have done so much more with, but there was some really iconic stuff that happened in that show, in The Wire. I highly recommend it. Anybody who hasn't seen it, that they should watch it. You might have a different opinion than mine. Switzerland, okay. I need to hide some money. I need to hide some money. The IRS don't like me very much over here. I'll be asking them back for too much money because of my business. They be like, we can't give you that much. Okay, I'm gonna start putting that shit overseas then. What sports do you like to play, watch? Like your so-called I don't watch football. I keep up with it, but I do not watch it. It's not my favorite sports. I do have a favorite team in American football. Um, I'm from the Caribbean, so you already know. Like soccer is my thing. I used to play soccer when I was younger, but I had a really bad accident um, playing soccer, so I don't play. I can't play contact sports that much anymore. Like every now and then I'll play if it's just like a friendly game and stuff like that. I'll play like basketball, but I will not take the risk and play soccer anymore because it's too physical. Um, I don't want to say like because it's not like I wasn't skilled at it or anything like that, but if people really wants to hurt you in soccer, they can hurt you. You get what I'm saying? Because they can make it look like a tackle and really, really hurt you if they have bad intentions. Okay. I mean, this can happen in any sport, don't get me wrong. It could happen in any sport that you have to be in contact with the opponent. Um, but yeah, they call it soccer here. I grew up calling it football, but they call it soccer here, so I've just gotten used to it, to calling it soccer so that people don't get it confused. That's all. I don't know how they call it football and they use their hands most of the time. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. But it's America, so you gotta be different, right? Gotta be different from everybody else. Be so different you look dumb. Oh my god. Yeah, basketball right now. Basketball is my favorite sport. If I should say that, that is my favorite sport right now. Basketball. I love following it. Love watching it. Um, yeah, at this point, but I keep up with the soccer games. I don't have the time to really sit down and watch and watch soccer games anymore. I used to, but I do keep up with the Spanish league and the EPL. So definitely, I do keep up with them. Check the standings and stuff because I do have a favorite team. Um, I'm still a MU fan, even though they shit in the bed most most of the time. But that's for the EPL. Then Real Madrid has always been my favorite team, even before they got Ronaldo. Or they've always been my favorite team in the Spanish league, not Barcelona. So yeah, even though I was a huge Ronaldinho fan, so but they weren't my team. So anytime they played Real Madrid, I'm like shit. So yeah, so that's it for sports. Yeah, yeah. This fight will need a long reaction. I think it's going to be about 3 hours long. The next Ipo reaction is going to probably be around 3 hours long because if I'm going to upload the full episode reaction, it's gonna be around that long. So just be prepared for it. Or I might split it into two. Might. I might split it into. But if I decide to upload the whole thing, then I'll just do that. Yeah, Omar was one of the best characters in The Wire, hands down. Even when he became a snitch. Even when he became a snitch, I still mess with him. Yeah, I have not watched my reactions yet on Game of Thrones. What you waiting on? What is it? How you pronounce your name? Jago? Jago? What are you waiting on to watch those reactions, man? Military training. Oh, snap. Yeah, The Wire was pretty good. Yeah, which brings me to the Tudors. The Tudors. Somebody suggested the Tudors. Never heard of that show before. Ah, they're okay. Makes sense. Favorite game series. Video game systems was always PlayStations. Um, I'm not an advocate for Xbox, but if I would say my preferred game system, I mean back in the day it was all about Nintendo. Like it was all about Nintendo. Back in the day, Super Nintendo, um, you know, the classic NES or Nintendo 64. But when that Sega Dreamcast dropped though, oh my god, that thing was revolutionary because the graphics was awesome. Um but definitely when the Sony PlayStation came out, like from that, then a whole lot of things happened after that. I had an Xbox, the original one. Um and I've had everyone since, but I don't play them as often as I do um play on the PlayStation because it's all about preference. I don't necessarily like the Xbox controller. A lot of people love it and I don't. I don't know if it's how my hands are shaped, but I just feel more comfortable with a PlayStation controller in my hand. I don't know. That's just how it is. Um that's just me. I'm not hating on Xbox fans or anything like that. It's just my preferred system to play on, mainly because I just feel more comfortable with the control in my hand. It's not about the games. I At this point and at this moment, I think Sony is kicking Microsoft's ass because Microsoft is shit in the bed when it comes to a lot of things because they're not really. I mean, the first time when they announced the damn, what was it? The Xbox. What was it? I don't even remember which one it was when they announced it. And I was like, dude, what is this? Is this a game system or is this a VCR? What are you trying to do? Is this about games or is it about TV? I know you guys must have remembered that announcement because the memes were all over the place. Because it was like, what is this? You're supposed to be competing with the PlayStation 3. What is this? You know? So yeah, man. That's that when my favorite video game franchise. That is a tough one because I have so many favorites that I've played over the years. Um New ones that I've back in the day was all about the Mario franchise. I also love the Grand Theft Auto franchise. Um I've played all of the Grand Theft Autos, every single one, even the ones that were only on PSP. I think I played those. God of War is a definite must. They finally made a good Spider-Man game, so that's definitely out of the picture. Um, I'll say that's about it. Talking about sports games come out every year, so I can't really say necessarily my favorite franchise. 2K It's toxic. So I can't play it anymore. It's too toxic, man. As a matter, I don't even play online because it's too like 2K. They're another like really like money hungry company that's like, dude, like, why am I paying hundreds of VCs for a damn haircut? You know, just make the game, man. Just make the game be, and then if people give people the option, and that's where they're shitting the bed. All these companies is that you kind of feel like it's too much of a pay to win situation, and is it something that I was talking about at the end of my Ippo reactions where I said that it's this pat on the back situation that leads to so many of these companies that do these microtransactions because they feel like they have to cater to the noobs. I remember back in the day when we were playing video games, it was all about it was all about the grind. It was all about getting better. Call of Duty is probably, I would say, is my favorite gaming franchise right now. The reason why I'm falling out of love with it, it's because they're catering to the noobs too much. They're giving the noobs too many easy things. I remember when I just started playing, I was getting my ass kicked in Call of Duty 4, and that's when I got introduced to the franchise when I came in. The first Modern Warfare, and I was getting my ass kicked in that game, man. And now I'm like a veteran in the game, and I'm like, I see these noobs come on the game, and they can kill me so easily with these bullshit specialist shit that they keep putting in the game that makes the game easier for that's new to the franchise to come in, and they don't have to work to learn how to actually win a gunfight. These easy stuff that they put in the game for these noobs to come in and just, you know what I mean? It's very frustrating because you can imagine you're aiming for streaks, doing what you got to do to get these challenges done. And then somebody just, oh, here's your trip mine. Yeah, that's great. To die one off a nuclear because, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. So, I have never watched. I actually, um, I've never watched. I heard about. Is there an anime called Slam Dunk? I think. I think so. Which basketball anime is that? Jago. I don't know which one that is. Um. Okay. If you are a Barca fan, I unsubscribe. No, I'm not. I'm not a Barcelona fan, man. They're great. They're a great franchise. They're a great football franchise, man. But I don't like them. As long as I love Real Madrid. Ever since from way back when they had the original Ronaldo, way back when Ronaldo was over there breaking records and stuff. I've been a soccer fan for ever since I can remember, man. Back when Brazil used to dominate the World Cup, um, and stuff. So it from ever since I can remember from when I was a child, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, Pele is the goat. Let's just get it out the way. Pele is the goat, but Ronaldinho, he came real close, man. I mean, the reason why I will never, because a lot of people are saying that Messi is the goat. No, he's not. He's not the greatest of all time. I need to see Messi win a World Cup. If you don't win a World Cup, you can't be in the consideration to be greatest of all time. That's just me. Many people might say he doesn't have to. I believe he has to. He's had plenty of chances, right? I know It's not a one-man sport, just like pretty much every other sport. you know. But dude, you got to learn to carry, man. You got to learn to carry. If you're going to be greatest of all time, you got to learn to carry. I've seen Messi break a whole field down and score a goal. He can do it. I think he defers too much when he goes to the World Cup. And he doesn't do it when he's playing for Barcelona. But when he goes to the World Cup, he defers too much to his teammates. And I tell people this a lot. If you're the greatest player on the team, be the greatest player. It's one of the biggest problems I have with LeBron. Same thing. A lot of times I believe he does defer too much, even though I believe he could be the greatest of all time. He's still going to be second place. Even when it's all said and done, he's going to be in second place for me, not because I'm a Jordan fan, because I'm not a huge Michael Jordan fan. I just believe that that's going to be the thing where when he could have won as many championships as Jordan, he defers too much. And now I've seen him grow into the person I want him to be, or I've always wanted to see, I should say. So now I'm expecting even more. You know what I'm saying? Barring no injuries, I think LeBron could win a couple more championships in the NBA. This is my opinion. So yeah. Now, stop suggesting Lucifer. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, Lelouch. It's just not. It's about Henry the Eighth. Is that what the Tudors are about? That's crazy. I mean, I know of Henry the Eighth. I know what he loved to do, but if that's what it's about, I could check it out, I guess. I mean, I love things that are based on real life true stuff. Damn. Castlevania. Oh, I used to love Castlevania too. I actually played the recent installments of it. The ones that came out on PS3 actually, if I'm not mistaken. I think I played the ones that came out on PS3. Pretty good. Pretty good. Kitty Cat, what did he back you on? Okay. Okay, Resident Evil for the win. Okay, great franchise also. Very good franchise to be honest. Loved it too. The remake looked wonderful. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 looks good. Um haven't played it yet. Yeah, microtransactions ruin it for everybody pretty much. Some people love it. You know, people who don't like to work for anything, they love it cuz they love to go on a game and just, buy everything and have the good stuff from the get-go. I like to grind for everything in games cuz it's just more satisfying that way. You know, people like to do exploits. I don't do exploits in game. It comes out like, leveling up um faster. That stuff you can do. When it comes on to like open world games and stuff like that, when you're leveling up, um I don't do glitches. I don't do stuff like that. I just don't understand how people feel good. It's like boosting in Call of Duty. I don't know understand, like, people will invite you, hey, can you come boost with me? I'm like, dude, why are you boosting? Just work for the damn levels. Who the hell cares if you're a level 1000 and you still shitty at the game? Who the hell cares? Who cares? Who's gonna be like, oh, you a beast because you a level 1000? No, that's not me, bro. No, it's not gonna happen. Only to buy skins. Yes, I agree with that. Microtransactions, that's the only thing it should be for. Buy skins and cosmetic stuff. That's all this should be about. Things to make your character look better, I'm all for it. I'll actually buy stuff like that. Make my character look better. Somebody sees it and might say, "Oh, that's cool. Let me go buy it too." That's what you should use it for, not for, you know, game progression and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what, you know, Advanced Warfare did. Like they introduced this microtransaction stuff into Call of Duty, you know, and that was the worst microtransaction system because it was definitely 100% pay to win. Battlefield War game. My problem with Battlefield is, uh, um, it's just me. I'm very twitchy. So when it comes on to Battlefield, the reason why I stopped playing it is because when it comes on to playing online multiplayer, it's just too much. The maps are just too big. it just it's just too much. Like, you know, that's why I fell in love with Call of Duty, because it's very fast paced. You know what I'm saying? Like the games don't last forever. So it was kind of like a new experience, just getting that arcade shooter feel, you know, like what I'm used to when it comes on to FPSs from back in the day when you had your Golden Eye and stuff like that, your Perfect Dark. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to that fast paced multiplayer, where the maps are relatively small, medium size, um and it doesn't take you forever to find somebody to kill. So, you know, so don't get me wrong, I love me some Battlefield. It's just, between it and Call of Duty, I prefer Call of Duty. That's all. Battlefield 3 was awesome. Love the story that they did in that game. Um, love the story in Battlefield 3. It was very good. Um, and the thing about it is that EA has one of the best gaming engine to be ever created in the history of gaming, and they just won't use it properly. And that's the thing that everybody talks about. How do you have a engine like Frostbite and you do not, and you're not killing the game right now? Yes, it's nice to make pretty games. It's really good. That's why I can't. That's dude. I know a lot of people talking about Death Stranding. That game is gonna blow people's mind. I don't care what nobody says. That dude, Hideo Kojima, that dude is a master at making video games. Okay, we're talking about the Metal Gear Solid franchise, man, bruh. He's a master at making video games, man. And I'm glad that Sony didn't lose him. Very glad that Sony didn't lose him. Oh, they canceled Slam Dunk. Okay. Oh, Kiriko no basket. Okay. I might check that out. That was awesome. Um Slam also. Okay. Slam Dunk. Okay. Messi has the cause. He comes from a great football country like Argentina. I can forgive a player like Ibrahimovic. Not expect him to win a World Cup with Sweden, but Argentina. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not like he comes from a bad. I mean, you're talking about Madonna. He's coming from he's coming from greatness. Like South America used to dominate football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, right? They used to dominate it. When it comes on to the best teams in the world, back in the day, it was South American teams winning the World Cup. Now it's like you're not even betting on them, you know. And as much as I respect Neymar, I don't think he's going to do it either. I don't think he's going to win the World Cup. Um, I mean, when you're talking about a guy that can carry a team from Argentina, man, Madonna, man, that dude was a beast, bro, on the field, man. You just explained why I do not like it. Right there, Gerard. That's exactly why I'm not reacting to it, because the concept. Look at he quit his job in hell to open a nightclub in LA. Like that alone should have showed you don't need to watch this show, because it's gonna be, I don't know if you guys enjoyed it. That's all for you guys, but that's just not for me. Like the concept alone just doesn't make me interested in it. Treaty the okay, never played Castlevania Treaty games. I should try maybe. Last time was on. Love these games so much. Yeah, yeah, we're all old. SoundCloud song that I made in exactly 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Maybe I can react to that too. Who is Zorg Studios? Why are you plugging your channel in my chat, bro? I'm just kidding, man. I'll check it out, man. Send me a link, man. Join the Discord, send me a link. I can't do that right now. I bought tons of skins in League of Legends. Is the only thing you can buy. You can also pay a Korean to boost your account, but it can cost you 300 years. 300 years? Ban? Why would you ban somebody for 300 years? Okay, they're basically telling you you'll never be back. Wow, that's sad. And I can imagine how grindy that game is. That's the thing. I can imagine. Yeah, definitely. It's War Simulator, Cottage Arcade. I get that. I get that. As I said, it's just not. I play Battlefield from time to time, but it's not like when I'm out on my business trips and stuff, I'm rushing home to be like, yo, I'm playing some Battlefield. No, it's just not exciting for me. It's like, because I know you're playing Battlefield, it's a forever thing. The best way to enjoy it is it's not a solo experience, and the best way is to have some friends, you know what I'm saying? At least for me, that is. I would rather play Battlefield with friends. Like COD, I can jump on, I can play solo, I'm good to go. Play solo or with friends, I enjoy it just the same. When I'm playing Battlefield and solo, I just don't enjoy it when I play it by myself. So yes, Devil's brother. Oh God, who's the angel took his job? Man, you're really pushing it, Gerard. Man, really pushing this Lucifer stuff, huh? Yeah, Death Stranding is going to be a beast stuff again, man. I can't wait. People are talking about, oh, it's going to be a walking simulator. I'm like, listen, man. If y'all saying that stuff about this game, y'all don't know who Hideo Kojima is. I feel like Death Stranding is going to make God of War look like a piece of shit. Like, that's how much faith I have in this guy. You know what I mean? Nier Automata, I've played it, but I never played it more than once. I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was supposed to play it more than once. I actually brought it back. I brought it back to GameStop because I was like, that was it. But then somebody told me that you have to play it multiple times to get the full experience, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, 2B's is, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed playing it, but it kind of blue balled me because I thought that was it. You get what I'm saying? I thought that was it, but then somebody, one of my friends told me, dude, you got to play that game like multiple times to get the full experience, because you play with different characters every time you start the story again. So you get to see it from different perspectives. There's new stuff to do, because I was like, why is there so many aspects to this game? But then it was like I never got a chance to really level up. It was like you can, so I was wondering about that. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely planning to get it back as soon as I get some things. Make a let's play of it. I might do that, but this is not. I don't know if I want to start putting games on this channel. I do have a gaming channel that I have not been on for a very long time. It was mainly just I used to do let's plays over there. Um, I used to do let's plays and mainly like Call of Duty videos. Talked about I had game reviews and game publisher reviews over there and stuff like that, but it wasn't growing, so I stopped doing it because gaming channels don't necessarily. It's like if you're not streaming, gaming channels don't grow anymore. Like you're back in the day, it was all about having the gameplay commentary. Now it's all about streaming. If you're not streaming gaming, forget it. Your channel is not going to grow. Or giving tips and tricks to get better. you know. Actually, we enjoy Lucifer in a stupid way. It's so stupid besides the series taking itself so seriously that it becomes hilarious. I would imagine. Because that description alone, just makes you want to laugh. Riot likes to do that. Oh, okay. Punishment to use a bot to play for you is, oh my god, 1,000 years. I feel like I feel like you like medieval shows like GOT. I do. I love medieval stuff, man. It's one of the times that is not explored a lot in history. Like people think you actually have people out there that think medieval times is a myth. They actually think that shit never existed. They don't think that Vikings existed. They don't think that there were people that sat and drink mead and stuff like that. They don't think that that was a time that actually existed. They think it's probably a myth like Greek mythology. A lot of people actually do think that. Tudors in Rome are medieval. I would imagine that Rome would be medieval. Is Rome anything like Spartacus, or is it better than Spartacus? Well, you guys have definitely never steered me wrong. I'm gonna check out eventually everything that you guys tell me to check out. Um, Favorite female character of all time. Oh damn, snap. Tudors is actually on my list. Last live stream it was suggested, so it's on the list. So that I can't do it right now. I was trying to do too much, so I'm trying to scale down. The Last Kingdom is on the list too. Vikings is on the list too. Does it bother you to watch a non-English or American series with subtitles? I'm not quite understanding that question because they sound like the options seem like the same thing. I don't know. Watch a non-English or American series with subtitles. I'll watch anything with subtitles. I don't care if they talk in English or not. I'll watch anything with subtitles. I love subtitles. I actually go out of my way to get subtitles for whatever I'm watching. I love to have subtitles because the reason why I started to do that is not that I'm deaf or hard of hearing or anything. Um, Back in the day, probably around 10 years. maybe 10 years ago or so. I started to do this because I realized that watching anything that I was watching, it would end up being that I miss so much because a lot of the dialogue you don't hear it clearly. You get what I'm saying? And I started to pay attention more. So as I got older, I realized that when I'm watching something, I need to be more attentive because you miss a lot of stuff that people say. And then when you're talking about it with somebody and they're like, oh, this happened, this is what they say, it's like, I didn't hear him say that. So so you miss something because the dynamics of the sound, whether it's going on with a movie, sometimes the person is talking, loud music is playing in the background, you don't hear what a person says, right? So that's why a lot of times when I go to the movies and I watch movies, when it comes out on DVD, I'll watch it over again with subtitles because a lot of stuff that you might have caught everything. Don't get me wrong, you might have caught everything. But I do that to make sure I catch everything, to make sure I get a second experience of experiencing the same thing that I just experienced. But sometimes you catch some things that you didn't catch before. Like the person said this is what led to this. That's the reason why on pretty much every reaction on my channel you see subtitles. And there's a lot of people that said, man, thank you for having those subtitles. Regardless if they're speaking English or not, there's gonna be subtitles on it. It's for my benefit and for some other people's benefit on the channel also. What's up, Peter? The Noble. Rome is ancient times, not medieval, but it's brilliant and not massively long. That's why I'm saying, like, is if it's like if you're talking about the times of the Roman Empire, that is not medieval times. Okay. Did they cancel it or did it end? Like they wrapped it up, or was it canceled? Caesar and Mark Antony. You know what you say, Mark Anthony? Who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking about the singer dude that was married to J Lo. That's what I'm thinking of when you said Mark Anthony. A lot of people say, okay, so you think Rome was better than Spartacus? Okay. All right, Peter. Good, good. Thanks. That was some good times, man. When I was reacting to Game of Thrones, it was some good times. I was excited to watch every single episode, man. Like every single episode, even though I think, as I said, I every season up until game, I think for season 7, I gave it a 9.5 instead of a 10 out of 10. Um, the first 6, really good, really good. But season 7, the reason is because so many different things happened. So many characters wasn't really acting as themselves. So many things changed in season 7 that wasn't to my liking. You know what I mean? Um, it was all about the big set pieces in game 7. Enjoyed it, but I just dropped it a half a point because the dialogues, the great dialogues in the show that we're used to was just gone, you know? I don't listen. I watch anime and I watch it in Japanese. Gerard. Most of the animes that I watch in Japanese as the audio. So or even Korean sometimes. So I don't mind watching something in a different language as long as I can have my English subtitles. I'm good. If it's great translation, I'm good. Spanish, French, whatever. I don't care. I'm the same way. I didn't miss a lot. Okay. Yeah, Stephanie, that's how we are. We miss stuff. I didn't enjoy Spartacus so much. Don't really know why. I have not watched Spartacus. I heard it was great. Spartacus was going on at the same time that Dexter was on, and that's the reason why I never watched Spartacus, because it was like watching those two shows would have been too much. I didn't have the time to watch one, so I just watched Dexter. Dexter was an awesome. If you guys have not seen Dexter, um, in my opinion, one of the greatest shows to be on cable TV. In my opinion, it's not in my top five, but it was an awesome experience. Again, did not like how it ended. A lot of series that I watch, I don't like how they wrap it up. And as I said, things change over the years. Things just change, man. Um, Another series, 24, that ended on a shitty note. Like they just canceled that shit. I mean, after they tried to bring it back, that shit didn't work. Okay, how much did that? You missed everything, Dark Thug. Like we are hour 49 in. We're hour 49 in, man. I told you guys 3:30 Eastern time. 3:30. Um, I'm just trying to help you become the star that you should be. I want this community to grow. I want it to grow too. Trust me on it. Yeah. I'm doing the work. So I'm hoping that people see that I'm doing the work and I'm not shortchanging people. I pay very close attention um to everybody that's in here, and they comment, like the videos, and pay attention to you guys. So because I want everybody here to feel like whatever they say counts. That's why I welcome all opinions. As I said, I don't tolerate disrespect. Don't disrespect anybody, and nobody will disrespect you. Right? It's a very simple concept. Okay. I don't need people on here calling me names and stuff like that. Like I will block you in a hot second. Just don't do stuff like that. And we'll all we'll all be good. Right? So some people, when they can't be a part of a toxic environment, they tend to not want to join it. You get what I'm saying? Um and when I say toxic, I mean that I want you guys to understand that everybody here is, or everybody on this channel, if you want to subscribe, you just got to be a team player. And because I'm all about that stuff. I'm all about being a team, being a community, positive vibes. I'm all about that stuff. I do not like negativity. I have zero tolerance for it. I don't like to see people be negative. I'll talk to them about it. If you're going to continue in this manner, we just can't be friends. It's as simple as that. Um, at least close friends. We can be passersby, but we can't be. I'm not going to invite you to the barbecue. That much ain't gonna happen. So that's just me. It's how I live. It's how I choose to conduct my life, and that's just how it is. You want to be a part of this? I do believe that one of the biggest reasons why this channel don't have a lot more subscribers is because I made that clear in a lot of my stuff. And when people come on here and they try to leave negative comments, I let them know point blank that was off cue. Don't do it. And they leave. Hey, that's just how it is. So yes, you missed everything, Dark Thug. Just kidding, man. We're still going. All right, so Lucifer and Supernatural. I've talked about Supernatural and I stopped watching it. I think the last live stream we talked about this when I was saying that I stopped watching Supernatural. I don't remember what season it was, but I stopped watching it um when they had, I think it was the Lilith arc, when they actually, who one of the brothers died and came back to life. That's when I stopped watching the series. Not because of me, but I was going through a lot at the time. That was a while back. I was going through a lot at the time. Um, at the time, I was married and I was going through a lot in my marriage. I'm actually divorced right now, so um, with my to be, I'm about to get married again. So yeah, stuff was happening. So that was back then, but this is now. But I'm just letting you guys know when I stopped watching that show. But I do remember it was one of my favorite. It was on the same time that Smallville was on, another show that I really enjoyed back in the day. Um, yeah, 2 seasons of Spartacus. The last two, not so much. I don't think I ever really warmed up to the new Spartacus. Okay. I watched the Turkish series that was set in the Middle Ages, the same period as the Tudors, but it was on an Ottoman Sultan. Don't think it's on Netflix anymore. Okay. Real life story. I never want to see Lucifer. That would be a day. Lots of battles, lots of money. They could not afford to continue. Ah, what was that for? That's for Rome or that's for Spartacus Kitty Cat? The the 100. I think I'm watching enough CW shows. I'm just kidding. Um, I actually wanted to apologize to you guys for not doing a Walking Dead episode last week because I completely forgot about it. When I remembered, I was so mad at myself, man, and I was laughing at myself because I'm like, how the hell did I forget about The Walking Dead last week? I mean, I was super busy because I was trying to get everything done so that I can be on schedule this week, and I completely forgot to um do one this either this weekend or sometime during the week. I completely forgot. The 100 I heard is pretty good. Um, yeah, we are almost there. April 14th. Oh, what, 2 months away? Oof, that's gonna be something. The internet is they're gonna break the internet, man. I swear. They're gonna break the internet. Game of Thrones will break the internet this April, no doubt about it. All smart characters disappeared, became dumb. All it's about John, Danny, and Dragon. Still very much enjoyable, but yes, that's why I said like it was the identity of Game of Thrones just went out the window in season 7. They just threw it out. They're like, listen, we're gonna go big this season. I can literally tell you how this meeting went. The guy came in the room. He's like, listen, man, we got a lot of money left. We're making billions right now, but we need to end the show. So guess what? This season we gonna have 2 seasons left. This is what we're gonna do. This season, season 7, man, forget all that bullshit from the books. Forget all that bullshit because we ain't got no more. We don't have much source material to go with anymore. So now it's all about payoffs. So let's just go big. Let's just show more dragons because we have the money to do it now. It's more dragons, make them bigger. Okay, we're gonna have some great battles. Okay, and that's it. Okay, we're gonna make this thing look like a movie, and people are gonna love it because people love spectacle, right? Forget all that shit. Let's get to work. It's pretty much what it is. It's the same way I think about so many companies because I've been in not um in movie decision makings when it comes on to stuff like that, but I've been in big meetings. situations, and people come in with some crazy ass shortcut decisions, and you're looking at them like, are you serious right now? It's like you think that just because um you figured like this is going to go, like we're just going to drop everything that we've been doing for 10 years and just decide that we're going to do this right now. Yeah, we don't have no problem. We'll try it. We'll try it. But it's still not going to defer from the fact that we've been using this method for this many years and it's been working. You know, it goes to the old saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So that's just what it is. Like what was working for Game of Thrones, and that's why, in a way, they really don't have a choice but to end the series. You know, The Walking Dead. Yes, The Walking Dead definitely will be on schedule this week. Schedule will be up as soon as I'm finished with this live stream. I'm gonna post it in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, go join the Discord so you'll know what the schedule is. I will be posting it in the community tab too. Yeah. Maybe I'll make an update talking about it also, but for now, that's where it's gonna be. Okay, that was Magnificent Century. Alexandra, looks like they did take the first season off of Netflix. I've seen the whole thing. About streaming with English. Second, somebody just super chat. That's a super chat. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Jeff. Big shout out to Jeff there for the first super chat ever. Um, Thanks, $5, man. Super excited about that. Not so much. Oh no, super chats. I'm surprised because at the same time, it's just like I don't expect you guys to donate or whatever or super chat. It's not an expectancy here on this channel, guys. Don't have to. If you want to, you can. More money is always good for me. But it's not a forced thing. Like it's something that you guys know. I don't ask nobody. You got channels out there. It's like they're literally begging you for money. You know. So okay. So let me answer Jeff here. Favorite Game of Thrones season so far, and episode, and top 5 characters. All right. My favorite Game of Thrones season is I want to say season 4. Why? Why I'm saying season 4. Now I'm gonna tell you guys why season 4 is my favorite season in Game of Thrones. There was a lot of things that happened in Game of Thrones, season 4 that I loved. Okay, first of all, Joffrey died. That was hands down the best moment coming off of season 3, episode 9. The way how he was acting, the way how Joffrey was acting after that, I just wanted him to die. Like that was the best payoff I got in the whole series. It's the best payoff I got because you guys, if you watch my reactions, you know how much I hate the dude. I just hate him. I hated him. He needs to, almost every episode I was like, he needs to go. I hate how he treated Sansa. I hated how cocky he was. The little piss and tail king, not even deserved to be on the throne at all. Didn't work for it. He just inherited it by, and he's not even a freaking Baratheon. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. You get the point. That's the sole reason why season 4 is my favorite. But if I should add in it, I mean, the growth of Tyrion's character, the best speech in Game of Thrones was the trial of Tyrion. The trial of Tyrion, him killing Tywin, Oberyn. Season 4 is just all around great, man. Season 4 was just all around great. It was just awesome. Um, so that's why it's my favorite, because there were so many things in there. But if I would say the favorite thing about that season was that episode. And that's also my favorite episode, when Joffrey died. I think it was season 4, episode 3, right? My favorite episode, right? Top 5 characters: Jon, Daenerys, Brienne. Jaime crept into my top 5 at the end of season 7. Jaime, it was, yeah, Jon, Daenerys, Arya, Brienne, and Jaime. That's my top 5. I know it's unorthodox, maybe even off, maybe not, might not be some other people's, but that's my top 5 in Game of Thrones. At the end of season 7, the reason why Jaime came in, because his real redemption, when I saw him walk away from Cersei, that was the first time that I really saw him as a redemptive character. Like, I feel like that this is now the Jaime I want to see. Like, he was always manipulated back into, you know, being manipulated back into Cersei's arms every time. But this is the first time he actually walked away, and he actually saw that scene at the end where he saw that snow was falling now in King's Landing. So guess what? Winter is here. So hello. So that really, like, let me have a heartfelt for him. And let me explain the reason why Sansa is not in my top 5. She's definitely top 6. She's the next character after Jaime, 100%. As I said, I don't hate Sansa. She's just not in my top 5. I don't hate her. Um, she's been through a lot. She's a great character in the show. And she is one of those characters where you really feel for her. But at the same time, as I said, she's going to, I want to see her on the Iron Throne, and that's pretty much her goal in my mind. That's where she wants to be too. She wants to be queen still, you know. So that's for me. That's just for me. Like, the other characters are like, they've done what they were expected to do. So it's all good. So thanks, Jeff, once again, for the super chat. As I said, it is not a requirement for you guys to donate. As if you feel like doing it, it's okay. More money is always good for everybody. Because I'm planning this giveaway. It's gonna be something. I'm not even gonna say nothing about it right here, because it's gonna be super hype. Okay, so I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. Just be patient till I get to your question here in the chat. I'm reading, I'm going down. Okay, so I answered them. Okay, so then Alexandra, Jon and Tyrion were idiots, and Littlefinger, arguably the smartest character in the entire series, was reduced to an idiot to make Sansa look good. True, very true. I don't agree with the Jon and Tyrion part, but I don't think they were reduced to complete idiots in season 7. But Tyrion character, most of all, was really dumbed down. He's supposed to be the smartest person in the Game of Thrones world. When I'm talking about like a strategist, him being the son of the mighty Tywin. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, Varys and Littlefinger is very smart. The thing about Tyrion doesn't need to play the game. He doesn't need to play it. Right? He's just a genuine person who he just wants to help. That was never accepted. And Littlefinger brought himself up from basically the gutter to where he is right now. Never been accepted, he was lowborn. Varys was a slave. I mean, all these characters, they have such great backstories. I mean, since I've been checking out and doing the reactions on some of these characters of, on the lore and the theories, I've learned so much about these characters, that I didn't know. Right? So yes, Lelouch loves Dexter. Okay, so much, but oh my God, this ending. Second in my words. Yes, man, it was a terrible ending for the show. I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. I'm like, listen, man. In my opinion, I would have Dexter should have died. He should have died. That would have been the best ending for that show. He should have died. That would have been the best ending for the show. It all in all, even though he was doing, questionable good stuff. You get what I'm saying? We always rooting for Dexter. We was rooting for him, but at the end of the day, I think that it would have been better if he got killed or ended up serving a life sentence or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like that would have been like, what? At the end of the day, we would have understood. But nah, didn't get that shit. So I think they didn't know how to end the damn show. So they gave us some bullshit to chew on. First is How I Met Your Mother. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is in reference to, but okay. That show, I mean, I didn't necessarily like it if you're talking about the sitcom, I didn't like it. I couldn't find the English subtitles, so I watched it in Spanish. Okay. We're Eagles. Okay. What did you think of the show? Okay, they're asking each other questions. Damn. 5 a.m. What? That's what I was saying. That's what I was talking about. In the Ippo reaction, I was like, I know people are like 12 hours ahead of me. So it's tough to get everybody on here because, or get most of the people on here because majority of the people that's on the channel, they're like overseas. They're not in America. So it's tough for me to get most people on here. But I don't mind. It's whatever. Come when you want to. You can watch this when it's posted on YouTube. Give your opinion there. So it's whatever. Don't even get me started on Littlefinger's storyline. It was beautiful. It was brutal. Yeah, Littlefinger fans do not like how he went out. Yeah. We need to be a team and get along. Yes, we do. Yeah, they didn't really know. I think they turned season 7 into a season of just making the Starks look good. I think that's what it was all about. Don't want to forget. Okay. I'm learning English on my own, and this channel helps a lot. Okay. That's good, Joseph. Okay. Why do you keep doing that, man? Where is it? I lost it. Okay. I hope the Littlefinger is alive theory is true. Okay. That no. Hopefully, we can all hope, right? I don't think they're gonna do that though. Oh, I felt so bad for Mustafa. He was such a good guy. What the hell? What is what y'all discussing a whole new storyline in this thing? I don't even know what y'all talking about right there. I don't think they have the time either, but it does appear they were headed. Yeah, they don't have the time to do that storyline again. 6 episodes. All they're gonna have. I think it's like three big set pieces of the war in these 6 episodes. So I don't see where a lot of dialogue is gonna happen for them to explain why Littlefinger is alive. They left the door open. They did. All the clues are there. There's a good story manga anime. It's called Kingdom. It's set around 200 BC and it's about the unification of China. It's amazing. Check it out. I've heard of Kingdom. I've heard of it. Um, Never checked it out. So go to the Discord, Darwin. You can go to the Discord, join the Discord, and put it in the suggestion channel, please. That's how I'm going to be remembering. Remember to check these shows out. If you have any suggestion, guys, join the Discord. If you can, on your phone, it's also a PC. You can get it Discord on your PC also because you guys are here chatting. So I'm pretty sure you have some sort of way to have Discord. Whether on if it's a phone or you have a PC. Um, yeah, yeah, you guys are having your own discussion over there. Yeah, they just wrap it up however they want to wrap it up, kitty cat. They don't care about the viewers. It was like, oh, I see this is the best way to end this. It was like, all right, you got to make a decision. It's always pretty much all the time. It's always so dumb, you know. Like it's just like there's a lot of backlash on the whole thing about what Marvel is doing right now, where they're using where they're using Captain Marvel being the key to defeating Thanos when really that's not how it went down in the comics. So it's like a lot of people is in uproar because they're like, "Oh, this is um some SJW bull crap and women empowerment," and I'm all for all that stuff. It's just that it just doesn't make no sense because but it's yet to be seen. It's yet to be seen because I want to see the movie. I do want to see Captain Marvel, and then I'll have an opinion about it because I have not seen the movie yet, so I can't have an opinion. It's just what I'm reading on the internet and the early reviews for it and stuff like that. It's just like the movie's not even out yet, so I can't have an opinion on it. I have to see for myself to really see if they're really pushing this SJW bullshit on us. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see if that's what it's all about, and then I can say something or have an opinion. I'll do a review of it if needs be. Um, Marshall Ali actually he actually played a villain in it. I mean, I've seen him in other um I've seen him played villains before. Doesn't do the um yeah, he does a pretty good job when he plays villains. Like I liked him in when he played Cottonmouth in what's the name of that damn show again? Luke Cage. Yeah, Luke Cage. I liked him when he played a villain in that. It's pretty good. Um Klung. Okay. Okay, season 4 is almost everyone's favorite, and I completely understand. So six is your favorite, Gerard? Is that what you're saying there? Yeah, season 4 is just in Game of Thrones is just there's a lot to appreciate. Coming off the tragedy from season 3, there's just I saved you. I saved the city. I should have let status kill you all. That speech is so iconic, man. Gives you goosebumps. Cause I was like, talk your shit, Tyrion. They gonna kill you anyways. The only way Jamie can redeem himself for me is if he kills Cersei. But I find it hard to hate him now. Yeah, it's very hard to hate him. And no matter what, I could never expect that from Jamie. I just couldn't. As I said, there's a lot of things that when I look at when it comes on to Game of Thrones, it's like, how much would I have to hate my sibling for me to kill him? You get what I'm saying? And even if I hate my sibling, would I want somebody to kill my sibling? You get what I'm saying? I don't know how you guys think, but that is how I think in terms of a lot of things. Whereas in no matter what me and my brother or my sisters go through, even if I'm hating them um for a period of time or whatever, I wouldn't want somebody to up and kill my brother or kill my sister, like no matter what they did to me. And that's just me. Like, so that's why I could never expect that of Jamie. I just couldn't expect him to kill Cersei. No matter how much I may think she would deserve it. Um, I just wouldn't expect him to do that. Now let Danny burn her. That would be better. I am just sitting here with a bowl of soup. It's cold in Texas today. What? Did you just say it's cold in Texas? Wow. That's first. I know it. I know that climate change is, yeah. Jamie has to die. That's his redemption. He can battle the Night King and lose. Will he battle the Night King though? Damn, they said it is cold in Texas. What's the temperature over there? What's the temperature in Texas right now? Like in the 50s or 40s or something? Is there a new trailer out for Game of Thrones? Jago? If you're talking about the teasers, I've seen the teasers. They haven't released a full trailer for season 8 yet. Naruto had, I would say, not the greatest ending. I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. Love it. Um, it was very heartfelt to see a series that I, grown to love so much and ending. You know, um, at the end of Naruto, there was a lot of ass pulls. I have to agree. But I enjoyed the ending nonetheless. I think they could have done a better job of wrapping things up, but hey, this is me. Yeah. The I enjoyed it for what it is. And that's what I'm saying. Like the last arc in Naruto, when it comes on to the war arc, um, I I think that it was good. It was good up until Kaguya came. That's when shit started to make no sense at all. like Madara being the force and being the villain that we were all waiting on. I mean, for him to just be that of what happened and how Kaguya came back in the picture, it just didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Even though they tried to explain it as much as possible, but I just said, hey, that's how they wanted. That's the direction they wanted to go. So you just have to accept it. We did hear about Kaguya before she came on the scene, so it wasn't like it was a complete surprise. You know, Black Zetsu tried to explain it. Um, and you know, for what it is, I just took it for what it is, man. I enjoyed the series so much that and it taught me so much. You know, just learning through Naruto as a character taught me so much things that I could apply in my life and in myself, you know, my being, you know. So I just still to this day is still my favorite anime of all time, you know. So even though it had a shitty ending. Yeah, that's right, Kitty Cat. It definitely moved on Bonnie and Skeleton Crew. I like strong women characters. Always been my favorite character since Buffy, but forcing them with no nonsense like Supergirl. Oh my god. I used to watch Supergirl. I stopped because I was like, this is too much. I understand that you want to show women as a superhero and all this other stuff, but that shit was getting too much, man. I was like, can we just move on with the fighting and the hero stuff? Like, you know, does somebody have to be lesbian? Is this, it's just like we have this totally complete storyline of her sister struggling to be a lesbian. I'm like, in this day and age, that shouldn't even be a problem. Like, why is it? It's not a struggle anymore for anybody to be a lesbian. It's not. I just don't understand why what's with the portrayal? There was no need for them to make it look like, oh, she had to come out to her family because she didn't. In this day and age, they could have just wrote the story that she likes women and everybody would have been okay with it. But what's with the story of her having to? We all know they're gonna accept it. It's a damn TV show. We all know that it's gonna be accepted, and that's what it's gonna eventually end up to being, right? Encouraging other people to come out and let everybody know that is like, to me, in my opinion, it's ancient history. Maybe in a different country, maybe, but this shit is based in America, so they had no need to write it like that. Maybe in other places around the world it is still an issue, but in America, that shit is not an issue. People just try to make it seem like it's still an issue, but it's really not. Homo Being a gay person or the LGBTQ community, when it comes on to them, I don't think we're talking about like today. Back in the day, it's a huge issue. You're talking about maybe 5-10 years ago, but today it's normal shit. But people still trying to make it seem like, oh, it's such a big issue still, and I really don't think it is. I think I think gay people have more power than us straight people these days. So you know what I'm saying? Is like, oh, you said something bad about gay people? Oh, your career is over. You know, that's how it is. So I just don't understand why we need to push it, or why they need to push it so much. Is like they want everybody to be like that now, you know, or to go that way or to be either lesbian, gay, or bisexual and all this other stuff. It's like if you're not, it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So that's the issue with that I had with Supergirl, and I stopped watching it because I'm like, it's not that exciting anyways, because it's not about the villains. It's not about the villains and the heroes, like how you have, you know, with the Flash and Arrow and Gotham and all of these other superhero shows, Agents of Shield. It's not about the heroes and the villains. Supergirl is all about SJW. It's all the social justice warriors that's making that show. It's all it's about. They push it. The agenda is so clear in that show. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's forced. It's definitely forced. Um, yes, I have not seen the Green Book yet, Kitty Cat. Successful Hollywood manga adaptation. When are we going to see that? That is never going to happen. Sorry, Dark Thug. It's just, it's just not going to happen. Okay. Judging from early review, though, is not hopeful. It's not. But I still want to see it for myself. City Hunter in France. I actually saw the live action Bleach movie. That was pretty cool. I actually liked that. I actually saw the live action Bleach movie was really cool. I liked it. Even though they got a couple of things wrong, it was pretty nice to see. I liked how they blend the special effects. The CGI was really good. There's certain things in it that looked super awkward, but it worked. You know what I mean? Like it worked. Like I didn't like the fact that they didn't give one of the biggest things that I had to like how important what people wore in Bleach was, and they didn't portray that properly in the live action movie. That's one of the biggest thing that I had, but it was like you don't understand how important what they wear is. It's just like the coat, the captain's coat. I understand how you don't have the captain's coat, bro. Like that's super cool. And it's part of their Ryatsu. You have to have that. Come on, man. Never heard of City Hunter. Okay. Nikki Larson? What's Nikki Larson? I don't know, Gerard. He can 43 degrees, my God. And it's February in Texas. Well, I mean, sometimes it does get pretty cold where I'm at too. Yeah. And I hate it. Because I lived in New York for 2 years and I hated every single minute of it. I don't like the summers and I don't like the winters. The summers are too hot and the winters are too cold. 26. Wow. God damn. I couldn't handle it, man. Some people are below zero, man. Like -5 and -10. Like I can't live in that kind of weather, man. I'll go somewhere for a week. Okay. Naruto writer's process. We tease Madara since 11 years now. So let's not make him the last villain and create a random rabbit goddess out of nowhere and beat her in 2 chapters, right? That is so true. I hate when shows do stuff like that. It's like, where did this bitch come from? No, it's like, we get it. We get it. She created Chakra. We get it, man. But she did not need to be brought back. There was no need for her to come back, you know? So I was happy with Madara. Is one of the greatest villain in anime. I wouldn't say he's the best, but the build up, man. It's the build up. And then when he arrived on the scene, that that Shinobi Alliance, him against the Shinobi Alliance, my God, man. That's when they showed how the first time we saw how godly this dude is. Like beyond anything we've seen. We was like, oh shit, Naruto is in trouble. you know? So spring winter, that's very good there. You want to build a good, strong woman character, just make her do epic stuff without saying women can be strong too. That is so true. I totally agree with that. Woman, yeah, woman who has to say that they're strong is not strong. Very true. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Yeah, in Supergirl, they say that shit too much, man. It's just like, yeah, we get it. Women are strong. I know. I don't need nobody to tell me that. I grew up with mostly women. Okay? Mostly women. So it's nobody has to tell me how strong is. You one example, my mother, I would do anything for my mom. Anything. Anything she wants, I tell her just ask. Cause she was there when nobody else was there, not even my siblings. When nobody else could help me, she went down deep in her pockets to help me as a grown ass man. She helped me. So now that I have it and I can give, shit. Anything she wants, bro. Okay, so we have okay, something Tywin would say. You don't have to be strong, just smart. When you're called Supergirl, you kind of have to be strong. yep, yep. All different positives, yes. I agree. None of them have to repeat in every scene they are strong women because we see them being strong in many ways. Yes, that's true. Smart women can do everything herself. Smarter women get men to do everything for her. That's kind of true too. A good live action anime. Oh boy, I gotta see that. Yes, you definitely check it out. The Bleach movie, the Bleach live action movie is actually pretty good. I think they nailed it. Um, I think they nailed it to the point where I would say it's the best live action anime adaptation to date. Um, I didn't have that much issues with it. Um, it's no Dragon Ball Evolution, I'll tell you that much. It didn't suck. Like I literally, I can honestly say I enjoyed watching it. Um, yeah, it was pretty cool to watch. I think they could have done more with the the fight choreography. Um, I think they could have done more with it. So yeah, what do you call a woman who works like a man? What? I don't get that question. Is that the answer? That's not the answer, right? Lazy. What? That can't be the answer. Yeah, you probably need to hang yourself for saying that. Don't let anybody hear you say that. Dragon Ball Evolution, a great live action adaptation? Hell nah. Listen, I don't any man, and it goes the same, Jeff. Any man that goes around, it goes for men too. I don't like dudes that go around boasting how good they are at this or whatever. No, actions. Use your actions to show everything, man. Use the actions to show everything. Um, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys got to know me on like a personal level, you would know that I'm way more than even what you see here. That's why I invited you guys to ask me anything today, just not anything too personal. because I don't want you guys to think that I'm, just putting on a front for being on here or whatever the situation is. Like, ask me anything, because at the end of the day, I'm putting myself out there. You know, I love. As a matter of fact, I empower women to do so many different things, and to expand, and to do different things, stand up for things that they believe in and stuff like that. And if you're an intelligent person, man, you don't have to tell anybody the type of person you are. They'll know. They will know. You don't have to. And you can't just go around the store. I don't understand why they have to do that in TV shows, because if I see you lifting up buildings, I'm not gonna call you weak. And if I see you standing up for people, I'm not gonna call you weak. So you don't need to tell me that you're strong. I know. So that's what I don't like. Like, it's like they have to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that we know these things, and man, it's just that I just believe that they, in certain ways, they feel like they have to, because um there's no doubt about it that women are looked down upon when it comes on to certain things. I've seen it firsthand, you know, and I've always reprimanded it when I see it, because it's, now you have these other things. Like, I was reading an article when it was talking about how men are refusing to work with women because of the Me Too movement and all of this other stuff, and rightly so. I believe that men should protect themselves against this stuff now, because I'm not saying that you don't have men that are predators out there that actually do this stuff and that prey on women, um, and take advantage of them. But now anything can be seen as sexual harassment. So it causes a problem, a huge problem. I've seen guys, I have friends that are suffering because of this, because they can't do the same things. Their careers are ruined because of one little report that, you know, they came at a woman a certain type of way that she didn't like, which was, to me, in my opinion, was very harmless, but to her it was, and she reported him, and now he can't really do the things that he wants to do in his career because of that one report. You know what I'm saying? He's walking on eggshells. It's a problem, you know. So it's tough these days, especially in this country, in America, man. Things are getting ramped up. It's getting ramped up now. You don't know how. I tell them, it's like, for me, it's like this. When I have to mentor a woman and a lady, and this is what I suggest that men do. If you have to mentor a woman, or a woman asks you for mentorship, this is what you should do. If you have a woman in your life, lady friend, or even if they're not, even if that friend is not like your wife or your girlfriend or whatever the situation is, ask a lady friend to go to those meetings with you. I beg you, please. It will take a lot of pressure off of you. You can do what, just let them be there just to observe, make sure everything goes right. Okay? So that coming out of that meeting, there's no lies being told or anything like that. You have a witness. You get what I'm saying? Somebody that you know and can trust in that situation. Make sure somebody's there. And I'm recommending a woman, not a man, just a woman friend. Shit, bring your mom. You know what I mean? But maybe you'll get a biased opinion from your mom, so maybe not your mom. Okay. But that's the best way that I can tell guys to kind of protect themselves. Women do the same thing. If you have to mentor a guy, and you're not sure how it's going to go, bring a male friend that you can trust. Invite him out. Say, hey, man, I just want you to be there just as a witness. You don't have to say anything. It's a business meeting, you know. Yeah. I'm going to messes compared to humans, not the men. Supergirl keeps saying, I'm a girl and I'm strong. Who cares? She does close to nothing. So shut up. Yeah, shut up and show us who you are, man. I like that concept. Yeah, Wonder Woman was the shit. Not once in that movie she ever said, hey, I'm strong, bruh. What you trying to do? She just showed us. That whole movie was a display of what Wonder Woman can do. The whole movie. Never once did she compliment herself in that movie. Not that I can remember. She never complimented herself. And that's what I'm saying. If you're going to do a superhero movie, we know you're a superhero. You don't need to announce it every damn episode, right? Civil rights marchers were SJWs, so someone has to be in today's society. Kung Fu Hustle. I've watched Kung Fu Hustle. That was a long time ago. How long ago was that? Like 10 years ago? Kung Fu Hustle was a good movie, man. I loved every movie that guy did back in the day. He did. Didn't he did Kung Fu Soccer? He did Kung Fu Soccer, right? I think he did another Kung Fu movie. I think he did a soccer movie. That's one of my favorite movies too. Kung Fu. That dude that did Kung Fu Hustle. I actually thought he was gonna blow up more because his movies were funny as hell, but it was also very new and different. With the exaggerated kung fu stuff, it was just crazy. The only thing that bothers me is that Mean God existed at the end. Mean Mean God. The message would be better if Wonder Woman figured humans have a bad part without corruption by a god of evil. That's true. What do you call a woman who works as hard as a man? Uh, Still trying to figure it out. I get it though. I get what you're trying to say. I do get what you're trying to say. It's just that the phrasing just throws it off a bit. Yeah, great movie, man. Wonder Woman. What movie have you seen that you could not bear to watch again? For me, it's The Color Purple. Still haven't watched The Color Purple. I'm sorry. It's a classic black movie that I've never seen. As I said, guys, and I've said this multiple times, that I did not grow up. I did not experience racism until I got to America. So there's a lot of movies that I never watched and saw it for really what it is. I knew the history of black people. Don't get me wrong, I knew it. It's taught where I'm from. It's just that I never experienced it firsthand. So never saw The Color Purple. Heard it was a great movie, but I never saw it. Um The Color Purple, how long is that? As some people said, it's like 12 hours long. um I did watch Roots though. Roots is a long movie, man. I watched that when I was back home. Roots is one of those movies. I think Roots is probably a movie that I could probably not bear to watch ever again. It's an iconic movie, but it's also a very brutal movie because it showed you like exactly the stuff that was happening during slavery and stuff. So I think I would say Roots, and it's the same context. as the color purple. It's the same context. Okay, DB Revolution created this process. You know how people love this saying Goku and his epic fights against space tyrants. We're totally gonna do a teenage movie about him getting bullied in high school. That will probably happen. Another movie with bullies. Oh god. Evangelion, you know where to put the suggestions. Um Layden, you know where to put the suggestions, so make sure they're there. Yeah, the Evangelion, put it in the suggestions on the Discord. The King in the North. Okay. King King Crow. Yeah. I don't speak that language, but okay. I don't even know what language. What is that language? What language is that? I'm confused. Oh yes, that's the name of the movie, Shaolin Soccer. It's the same dude that was in Kung Fu Hustle. Yeah, it was so dumb but so good. Very true. No, not Jackie Chan. It's not Jackie Chan. I don't remember his name, man. He did a bunch of funny kung fu movies back during that time. Um, I mean, it's just the exaggerations of kung fu that was so hilarious about that movie. It was like, because at the same time you're like rooting for the good guys and stuff. And Shaolin Soccer was just so, it was just so out of this world. And I was like, yo, this movie, I watched that movie probably around maybe 5 to 10 times. I'm pretty sure I watched it more than 5 times. Yeah, man. Yeah, two of those movies were like, they were definitely movies you can watch over and over again, and it feel like it never gets stale. Like in Shaolin Soccer, when the girl, when she shaved their she was it she shaved their head, right? She shaved their head and she became the goalie. If they had to substitute someone, she went in there as the goalie, as she was using Tai Chi, because nobody thought she would survive a minute in the goal. Like that was the greatest scene ever, man. When she swiped the ball off the goal line, I was like, yo, that's beastly. I know yeah, Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah as young women, yeah. 12 Years a Slave. I did see 12 Years a Slave, very good movie. Um Star Wars 8 is the movie I could not watch again. Even if someone pays me to. I don't even want to talk about this mess. What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot going on, especially when what's her name? That girl that plays she was in Black Panther. When she was being whipped, I couldn't, like, I turned away, man. I yeah, I'm not gonna say it again, Jago. I don't know why you over here like whiffing on the Game of Thrones reactions, man. Go check those out, bro. Um, yeah, that whipping scene, yeah, that was brutal, man. Oh, that's his name, Stephen Chow. Okay, I didn't remember his name. I wonder why he stopped making those movies. I don't know, because they were making headway. Actually, the first time I saw Charlotte Soccer, I had it on DVD. Um, And then everything he was in after that I wanted to see because I know it was like it was so fresh and original at the time. Um because coming off of the whole um um what is it, Hidden Dragon, Crouching Tiger era of kung fu movies where it's like it seemed like everybody can fly in kung fu movies. So it was like a parody on that. That's what he was doing. He was doing a parody of those movies because it was like all these movies now it's like seemed like kung fu people can fly now. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just floating and kicking people. You know what I'm saying? So it was a parody on that. You know the old exaggerated kung fu movements. Um, but he did it in a way it was funny. Um, but it was still just it was just cinematic greatness, man. To me, um, man, they destroyed that goalie, man. Yeah, they destroyed the goalie that was there. The one that looked like Bruce Lee, that was the goalie that they had before. They destroyed him, man, with the ball. So they had to sub him out, else they were gonna be disqualified. So she had to they cut her hair off so she looked like a dude, so she could be in there. And they didn't know what she could do. Well, that girl's the master of Tai Chi, man. One of my favorite kung fu things to see in movie kung fu styles is Tai Chi, and they don't even display it anymore. Um, ever since like Jet Li, I think Jet Li was like he was like, man, I just love to see him do Tai Chi. From the old movies that he did and the new ones, was just great. I don't want to talk about Star Wars, man, because y'all gonna get into a whole tissy fit about it. So please don't start the Star Wars conversations again on this stream because the last one, like y'all got a little out of control with it. Like Kill Bill. Kill Bill was alright. Uh, to me, it wasn't a kung fu movie. They tried to make it a kung fu movie. I think it was just like to me, I don't know. Kung Fu is just we're talking about authentic Kung Fu movies. Like Kill Bill just didn't bring that feel. It was more of like somebody tried to learn Kung Fu and it didn't quite work, so they decided to be a samurai somehow. You know, that's just how Kill Bill came off to me. Yeah, you're right. You're asking that question. Is it really a Kung Fu movie? Yeah, she said, um, oh, it was joking. Okay. Yes, Alien, great movie. Yeah, Alien was a good movie, and then even the second one was to me even better. Yeah, Sigourney Weaver was Bay back then. That's I'm saying. I'm not saying that Kill Bill was bad. I'm saying was it a kung fu movie? Tarantino is a brilliant director. Um, didn't like what he did with Uma though. That story that she told, like, that wasn't cool. But still, brilliant director. I love all of pretty much all of his movies. I don't think I've seen all the movies he's directed, but I've seen all the ones, the recent ones, the ones that came after Kill Bill. I've seen Pulp Fiction, um, and I've seen all the newer ones like Django. What's that other one? Um, what's that one? Was it Crazy Eights? I don't remember the name of that movie. What's the name of that movie again? The one that he did after Django. Eightful Eight? Yeah, Eightful Eight. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one too. Man, it's been a while because we've been waiting on um that number 9, but he hasn't done it yet. Yeah, Django was a really good movie, man. Loved it. Jamie Foxx killed it. He killed that movie. Killed it. Yes, Hateful Eight. That's the last movie he directed, I think. Because it's supposed to be a continuing series of movies that he's doing. Hateful Eight goes too far. Uh I don't know. I don't know if it goes too far. I enjoyed it. There was a lot to it. There's a lot of messages in that movie. Um, I don't know. At this point, I mean, I think Tarantino is kind of advocating for black people a lot, and I respect him for that. They went far. Django, a whole lot. Like that scene with, listen, man, Kerry Washington is, she's bae, okay? She's bae. Like I couldn't watch that scene. I couldn't, man. I couldn't watch that scene. I just couldn't. Like, to me, that was too far. That was too. Sometimes actors they go a bit too far to get. They could have done it to get the point across, but they did not have to. It did not have to be that drastic to me. That's just my opinion. Yeah, blood is like rain in his movies. Like it's just like throwing. Yeah, gets the point across. That one romance thing. Uh, it's supposed to be over the top. I have not seen Inglorious Bastards. I have not seen that movie yet. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I have not seen Inglorious Bastards. Um, Ad libbed. Yes, I heard he cut his hand and continued the scene. Um, Up until this day, I don't know why it took them so long to give Leo an Oscar. You know, I don't know why. It's not necessarily a spoiler because I know what the movie is about. I just never watched it. Shark on the Water from Brazil. Wow. See what I'm saying, man? All these people, they probably waking up to go to work on Monday. Well, like 12 hours ahead of us. I know Brazil is not that far, but into The Man in the High Castle. Is that about Hitler? That man, I don't know what you're talking about. Leo never did a bad movie. Leo never did a bad movie, man. I don't understand how people like Brad Pitt and freaking Matthew McConaughey. Don't get me wrong, brilliant actors, but how did they win an Oscar before Leo, man? Leo practically got nominated every single year. Every time the guy did the movie, he got nominated and never won. That thing, I was like, okay, I guess you got to get mauled by a damn beer. Not all his movies are great, but I think he does. I think he's a great actor in everything that he does. I think he does great acting in everything he does. From really what took his career to the next level from Titanic up until I think in my opinion the rendition of Romeo and Juliet. What was the name of that movie again? I think that was his worst movie, but his acting was still pretty good in it. I don't remember the name of that movie. That movie, the rendition of Romeo and Juliet. Um, um, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, very good actor too. Has he won an Oscar yet? I think he did. It's true. It's so many, so many. You are so right about that, Gerard. It's so many actresses and actors less talented got um got a Oscar before him. So many movies that I've seen Leo in, and I'm like, damn, this got to be the year. This has to be the year. But nope. Well, a lot of it is. A lot of it is politics, no doubt about it. I don't know what he could have possibly done in the past. I don't think. I think if you're talking about a clean actor, I mean, I would think that Leo is it. I mean, he's never really been in the tabloids about anything really, or any scandals or to the point where they wouldn't consider him. I mean, they nominate him every damn year. And now it's like he don't even want. It's like I win the Oscar, man. I'm done with y'all. I mean, what's the next movie done? Huh? Does he have a movie coming out? I don't know. I would love to see him not in I would love to see him play a villain in either in a DC universe, not necessarily Marvel universe, but I would like to see him in a DC universe as a villain, honestly. Inception, great movie. Inception is those type of movies where it transcends. You get what I'm saying? Like it sets um if you notice since Inception came out, how many movies after that kind of followed in that same cinematic viewing or how the movie is shot. There's a lot of movies that came out after that followed that model. Um yeah, there's a lot of actresses and actors that are overrated. That is very true. Well, it's a movie. It's a movie, of course it's gonna have logical flaws. They can't make everything about the movie logical because especially with Inception, the whole thing is illogical. Like let's be honest about it. Like the whole concept of the movie is illogical. Oh, oh damn. This is thinking Emilia Clarke is overrated. She is. I really do believe that when it comes on to acting, it's very few times that I really look at her and be like, she's awesome. Um, she's not great. She's great for the role. The role it was made for her. The role was made for her. But she's not a when you're talking about range as an actress, she's not it. Like to me, the greatest actor I would say I would put Tyrion, um, Peter Dinklage. I would put him as number one as the best actor on Game of Thrones. Next I would put Cersei, Lena. I would put her as a very close second, as the best on Game of Thrones as actresses. Game of Thrones is probably one of the best casting I've ever seen in TV history. The It's like everybody is like the roles were made for them. Well, not everybody, but you get what I'm saying. Like for the most part, I would say probably around 98, 99% of the people is like the roles is like they were written for them. Yeah, Tywin, Charles Dance. He was in Johnny English, that new Johnny English that came out. He was in it for like 5 minutes. And I was like, oh shit, there goes Tywin. I don't know if you guys saw that movie. He was in it for like maybe around 2 minutes of screen time. Keith Harrington, he's bad, even in Game of Thrones, to be honest. He's not in my top five when it comes to the actors on the show. It's obvious, as I said, the role was made for him. That doesn't mean that you're a great actor because a role is created for you or you fit in the role so well. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you're doing the greatest act. You got the greatest acting chops on the show. You know, of course, everybody knows that. Jeff, the Dark Knight series were the best of the Batman franchise. Anybody disagree with that? I don't think so. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. I have seen her in other roles just lately, and yes, she has range, but I wouldn't say greatness yet. Okay. I haven't seen her in anything else yet. Yes, Charles Dance is awesome. As I said, when I was watching the show, like every scene Tywin was in had me like, yeah, I want to hear everything you have to say because he's gripping like that. It's just like you can know the veterans, that has been acting for years, like what's her name? Lady that plays Lady Olenna. I mean, she's just beautiful in every scene. Every scene is just awesome to see him. I mean Tywin, um, Lady Olenna, um, Cersei, uh, Tyrion. This is just off the top of my head that I could think of people who just grip you when they're on screen. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, definitely not overrated. Kit, not Keith. Does somebody call him Keith Arrington? Yeah. Thinking about Kit Arrington for the next Batman. Hell nah. I know you did not just say Kit Arrington should play Batman. Oh hell nah, bro. 100% disagreement on that. Heck no. The only time in your life, you damn right. I mean, Ben Affleck is a terrible Batman. He's terrible. I don't like him as Batman. Even God damn, I just had the name in my head and it just whoosh, it just went somewhere else. What's his name? Oh my god, I can never remember his name. He played the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming. What's his name again? Cuz um he played Batman back in the day. Um you guys oh my god, why can't I remember his name? I just had his name in my head and it just disappeared as soon as I was about to talk. Um you guys must know who it is, man. He played the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming. What's his name? He played Batman back in the day, man. Yes, Michael Keaton. Yes, thank you. He played Batman back in the day. Even he plays better Batman than Ben Affleck. Um he's a complicated hero to play, a lot of dark side. How can kid yeah, that is very true. And that's the thing about that's the reason why Christian Bale did I mean those three movies, man, even though I think the one with Bane was trash, even though I believe it was trash, but it was still okay. I mean, Dark Knight, bro. I mean, that movie with Heath Ledger as Joker, that has to be still to this day. I still that's the best superhero movie ever made, bro. Still, even though a lot of people like want to say nowadays, I mean, I trust me, I enjoy a lot of movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I enjoy a lot of them, but still, Dark Knight, that movie was gold, gold from beginning to end. There's nothing wrong with that movie. That movie is practically flawless as a superhero movie. The villain, I mean, I watched that movie in the theaters, man, and it gave me chills every time Joker was on the screen. Heath Ledger killed that role, man. Killed it, demolished it. He was born to play the character. Yeah, just watch the it's the second one. The one with when he goes against Joker and Two-Face. You have to see that. If you have not seen any superhero movie, try that movie out. I guarantee you will leave that movie saying, "What the hell did I just watch?" That movie will have you thinking about it for days, weeks, months, maybe even years. I'm telling you. They talking about Michael B. Jordan playing the best villain in a superhero movie? Y'all have not seen Heath Ledger, my friend. Y'all have not seen Heath Ledger, man. Even George Clooney played a better Batman than freaking Ben Affleck. Yeah, that is reaching. He needs to be taller. That is true. And in Dark in Dark Knight, no, or was that the last one? Which one? It was in Dark Knight. You had Maggie Gyllenhaal, right? And she was the love interest per se of Batman, I think. The way how they did Harvey Dent in that movie, I mean, everything about it was just it was movie gold, man. Could be Robin then. That's hilarious. Yes, please check out Dark Knight, man. You will not be disappointed. And Joker stole the movie. He stole the movie. Totally stole it. Heath Ledger stole that movie from Kristen Bale, hands down, man. Best villain performance in a superhero movie to this date, by my standards. Gerard not in the same league as Dark Knight though. Mm-mm. Never, never, never. Ask if you don't know. Ask somebody. They will tell you how good that movie is, man. That movie. I mean, when you're giving Dead Man, when you win an Oscar, you dead. He won Best Supporting Actor. I think that was the first time ever that um that a superhero movie that got an Oscar, um one of the major Oscars, Best Supporting Actor. I think that was the first time. Yeah, Batman Begins was that I said that whole thing that those three movies was awesome. I just don't care for the one with Bane because it just there was just too many stuff in that movie that I didn't care for, that I didn't like. Bane was a great villain. At the end of the day, he became a meme um because of how he talked. Um the movie wasn't as convincing as the two before it. You get what I'm saying? Batman becoming Batman, and then he went up against the Joker and Harvey Dent in the same movie. And then we got Bane. J.K. Simmons. What happened? Whiplash is one of the most boring thing I ever watched. I really think I didn't understand that movie. Whiplash, never heard of it. J.K. Simmons. Last superhero movies I watched was Civil War. Still not impressed. What do you guys think about it? Um, you talking about Captain America Civil War? Are you talking about Captain America Civil War Dark Thug? Yeah, in Batman Begins, you had Ra's al Ghul as the villain, but Dark Knight made Batman Begins look like shit. Made it literally one of the best sequels I've ever watched of anything. Yeah, Civil War is not my favorite in it. It's a lot of it's actually very popular. A lot of people love that movie. Is a lot of people say that the Captain America movies are the best in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I tend to disagree. Um, I think the best out of all the Captain America movies was actually God damn it, the second one, Winter Soldier. I think Winter Soldier was the best one out of the three. Um, yeah, but in my opinion, still to this day, I believe that the three Iron Man movies, well, maybe not Iron Man 3, but 1 and 2, I still think is the best in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the reason why I say that is not just because it started it all. Um Iron Man 2 was just it was still that was when they were still gritty, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just about the superpower. It was about um of it was about the villain and the hero. You know what I mean? In part 3 was good. I liked it because we got to see one of the things that I've always wanted to see in Iron Man. Um and it's, the arsenal of suits. because they never showed that in part one and two. It was always about the next new suit. But in part three, it showed off all the suits. Um, it showed off pretty much a lot of the different suits that he's been making over the years. Um, so it was pretty cool. The thing is, Batman has no powers, and the Joker didn't have a good childhood, or is that Das childhood? Have a Das childhood? We don't know this story, his story, and he invents himself a different backstory every time. Yes, man, that's don't spoil it for them, Gerard. Don't spoil it for them, man. I'm telling you, man. The iconic speeches, even to this day, that people use from that movie, from the stuff that Joker talked about in that movie, the stuff that you see people make memes of. I mean, it's just, it's a classic. So it's a must see. As with TV shows, some actors from The Walking Dead are good too. Andrew Collin. I mean Andrew Lincoln. What am I reading? Um, Not a big superhero fan. Well, that's okay. We can all love superheroes. I mean, if you a lot of people, if you didn't grow up reading comics, it's very likely that you won't really like that concept. Um, because it was just a way for us to live out our boyish fantasies. But it's not a racing movie. He has a great car, but it's not a racing movie. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I saw the movie, kind of liked it, but it wasn't like it didn't have the impact. To me, it wasn't a movie. I didn't see why it got an Oscar nomination or why it was so great to deserve a Golden Globe or anything like that. Like I just didn't see, like it was just like, okay, it's a rare disease. All right. Mickey Rourke? Yes. You are right on that. He played the villain in Iron Man 2. Shark on the Water. Yeah, he played the villain in Iron Man 2. Mickey Rourke. Um he did a very good job too. I love this character in the movie. That was also the first time we got introduced to Black Widow, so that was cool. Um, so don't get me wrong, I love the Captain America movies. In my opinion, it just doesn't take away from Iron Man and Iron Man 2. Like those two movies they were well shot. It didn't have a whole bunch of special effects where now that's all you're looking for, because now it's all about the spectacle. Every movie is about the spectacle, and I'm glad they took the time to introduce these characters. That's why so many people are pissed about you know them Captain Marvel getting all the shine when all the other heroes, they had to have multiple movies before now fighting the greatest threat they've ever faced with Thanos. She's just gonna come in and save the world. you know, I don't know why I just did that. Forget it. All right, so Batman as Sherlock Holmes. I don't know, bro. I don't know about all that. Um, Listen, um, what's the name of that movie that Christian Bale did where he like I don't remember the name of that movie. Trust me, guys. Check out Dark Knight if you get a chance, man. One of the best superhero movies. I'm telling you, that movie will make the Marvel Cinematic Universe look like shit. I'm telling you, that movie, it's better than Black Panther when it comes to talking about a villain. Way better villain than than Thanos. Way better villain than freaking Steppenwolf. Just the best villain I've ever seen in a superhero movie. I'm talking about hands down, like, and I'm talking about by miles in comparison. By miles. A lot of people say that's what sent Heath Ledger, that playing Joker is what caused him, because he fell into deep depression after that and was medicated. So they're saying that it has to do, because the movie was, it was, I mean, you can feel his energy coming through the screen, man. It was so good, man. So good. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying, man. Just check it out. I mean, even if you don't like superhero movies, man, it's just an awesome experience. Just, you can watch it as a solo movie. It is not a continuation like this, like the MCU. It is not like that. You can watch it as a solo movie, just on its own. You don't have to watch Batman Begins to know what's going on. So it was just great in that aspect. I mean, I've seen Joker being played in plenty of movies before that, man, but that Joker, just, it sits with you, man. It sits with you. Um when a movie is that memorable, even after so many years, because it's been a long time. That movie came out. What year did it come out? I don't remember. What year? 2000. I want to say oh 08, oh 09, somewhere there. I don't remember. Somewhere, probably about 10 years ago. Uh, Carl and Maggie. Carl. Our favorite was Men in Black. Men in Black, awesome franchise. Didn't like Men in Black 3. Awesome, none the same, but I didn't like it. Was a great watch. Don't know how this new one is going to play out. I'm guessing it's going to be funny because it's um one of the reason. Well, one of my I like him. He's no great actor, but he's funny. I didn't know he could be that funny. I just don't know why they never did how they did Thor Ragnarok. That's how they should have did the first two movies. Like, I don't know why they thought that Thor is just this dark, why they had this dark DC universe shit going on in the first two Thor movies. Like, I never got that. I was like, all your other movies are so bright and pretty and awesome, but yet still you have this vast space world um of Asgard, and you make the place look so dark and gloomy, and that's what killed the first two Thor movies. You know, Lost in Translation. I never saw that movie, or maybe I seen it and forgot. I think I seen it, or maybe not. Remind me what it's about again. Older guy meets young woman. That's what it's about. Older guy meets. I don't remember. I can see why an older guy would like that movie. The Tree of Life is the only movie I enjoyed with absolutely no storylines. The Tree of Life, man, I am not that old, and young women can like it too. Which one of the TV shows? There's a lot of um.
I never watched Batman on TV, only the animated ones. I like a good movie that is different, but I don't like when they make a franchise out of it. Well, that's the money maker these days. The Beach, um, that was a good movie. The Beach. Franchise movies like staying too long at the fair. Yeah. Eventually, you get tired of the rides. I feel you on that one. Check out a movie Whiplash. It's with Whiplash is with Brad Pitt. Okay. Please no Whiplash. Okay, no Whiplash. My favorite movies are No Country for Old Men and Under the Skin. No Country for Old Men. That's a movie with Benicio, right? I know I've seen it. I just don't remember who was in it. No Country for Old Men. Is that the one with Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro? I always get it confused with another movie. That's why I'm asking. The hell? Did some people get dropped from the stream? Stream got jabbed. It looked like a lot of people got dropped from the stream. I don't know. That's weird. Oh, you out, Dark Thug? All right, no problem. I mean, I'm here as long as you guys would like me to be. I'm chilling. It keeps freezing. Oh, that's probably not on my end. A bunch of people decided to stop at the house with their troubles. They might be outside of the room right now. You hopping on the internet and junk, so that could be the problem. Um, but anyways, man, it's been great. If anything, um, um, so you got plenty of time. um, yeah, man, this was an awesome session, just hanging out with you guys. I would have stayed as long as you guys wanted me to. Um, yeah, okay. Can't start in the middle. No, you shouldn't. You're watching a show. You should never do that. Yeah, sometimes I look. Sometimes I look at when I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm like, God damn, I got some good ass hair. Yeah, yeah, we have. I'm gonna see if I can get. I don't have anything. I'm gonna try to put out a, even though I don't have The Walking Dead is not on the schedule for tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get an episode out to you guys tomorrow night. Um, tomorrow night. I'm gonna try to get you guys. It's gonna be late at night. I'm gonna try to get out um a Walking Dead episode tomorrow night, and also what is scheduled, which is Code Geass for tomorrow. So I'll try to get it to the Walking Dead, and then I'll just continue to other weeks because I've scheduled the Walking Dead to have 2 episodes on Wednesdays and Fridays. Um, Wednesdays and Fridays, yeah, Wednesdays and Fridays for Walking Dead and Peaky Blinders. Um, and then I have the animes. The other 2 shows is going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Saturday through Monday, I ain't doing shit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna just like do some fill in some other stuff from Saturday, Sunday, Mondays. We do Game of Thrones lore videos, whatever the situation is. As I said, it's gonna be for those 3 days. It's gonna be sporadic, but there's not gonna be a schedule for those 3 days. So if you see a video, you get a video. Whatever it is, you get a video. But schedule stuff, animes Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the other 2 shows Wednesdays and Fridays. That's all it is. Oh, never like zombies and cannibals. Is what it is. We all like what we like. For me, I've been watching scary stuff my whole life, so zombies don't bother me. Unless they do something that's like out of ordinary, like surprising, like sneak up on you in a video game and stuff. Like that is always gonna be a scary moment, or you know, yeah. Everybody like the human element. I like so far. I'm enjoying the characters in The Walking Dead. But I'm gonna try to see, because I didn't give you guys an episode last week. I'm gonna try to get that out to you guys tomorrow night. Alrighty. I like the funny, scary movie parodies. I I I watched those when they were coming out. That's how Anna Faris got her fame. That's what Anna Faris got her fame from, because nobody knew about her until she did scary movies, and now she's killing it on that sitcom Mom. I mean, even though to me she's not super funny, but if you give her good stuff, like if she has a good writer writing jokes for her, she can kill it. Kingdom. Kingdom is not new. Kingdom is not new. It's actually doing, somebody suggested it earlier. I know it's not new. I've heard there's a lot of animes that I've heard about. A lot. Kingdom is not new. If we are talking about the same thing. Um Kingdom is actually a manga. Or am I thinking about something else? I'm pretty sure Kingdom is an anime adapted from a manga. Or am I mistaken? Is it? I might be wrong. I don't know. Korean zombies? Haven't watched it myself though. Okay, I like vampires and I love True Blood. Um Oh, so it's different. Okay. Okay, so it's a different kingdom. Okay. The Boondocks are coming back? You lying. You are lying. You can't be serious. They bringing back the Boondocks. Send me that link. Is there a trailer out? Is there a trailer out for the Boondocks, or that's just news you heard? Because they've been it. There's been rumors of it coming back for years now. Still nothing solid. Kingdom is a series. Is a TV series. Okay. No, he said it on his Twitter. Who said it? Who said it on his Twitter? Reruns? I don't know. I've watched pretty much every Boondock episode. One of my favorite animated shows. The guy who makes it, okay. There is a lot of shit to make fun of. And South Park is killing it. And I remember back in the day when it was like there's so many issues that they could make fun of. You get what I'm saying? Just like what South Park does. That I want to see them come back because South Park is from the white perspective and Boondocks is from the black perspective. So I really do want to see Boondocks come back. Um, hopefully it has to be new episodes. He can't be announcing on his Twitter about no damn reruns. Everybody knows. Yeah, it has to be new episodes because they've been talking about that for the longest, man. Saying the show is coming back. Um, I honestly don't know why Comedy Central don't just pick the show up. I mean, they've been running South Park for like 20 years now or some shit. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why is it that they dropped Boondocks. I never got that. I never understood what happened. At least I never researched it anyways. That show was it was really popular. So I never understood why it got canceled or why they stopped making it. Yeah, that they definitely need to bring it. Watch. Unsung Hollywood? What is that? Is that a what kind of show is that? Is that a reality show? Because I don't watch reality shows. Okay, what the? What the hell is K? What kind of show is that, Kitty Cat? What's up? Man. Oh, it's like behind the music. Okay. So it's a reality show. It's on TV One. I don't even watch TV One. They stopped making it because Boondock season 4 sucked, and the guy who made the show left, and now he's back. So it's fire. Okay. I mean, season 4 wasn't that bad. It was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. They had some okay stuff in there. I mean, it wasn't the greatest season, but it was still Boondocks. Um, Behind the music is more like a document. It's a documentary series. I'm guessing then that works. I'll check it out. I will definitely check that out. Unsung Hollywood. Yeah. Yeah, but we um have been on for almost 4 hours. Wow. Been talking for that long, huh? Yeah, they do music on unsung. Okay. Sounds good. I'm so happy that you guys tuned in, man. It was great. Hello, Cyanide. What's going on? Black Entertainer's Story. Okay. Sounds good. I'll check that out whenever I get the chance. Unsung Hollywood. Fully I remember that. All right. So I'm going to sign off of this live stream here, man. Thank you guys for coming through, passing through, whatever the situation is. I was just about to ask you, kill anybody lately? Sign. Kinda of a whatever happened to. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. It was a great experience. Again, as always, this is going to be something that I do every week with you guys. On Sundays, it might not be so early. It might not be so early for the other times, but today, I was gonna do it later on in the evening around 6 Eastern time. Let's let me start a little bit earlier, but it might not be this early next week. Just look out for it to pop up in your notifications when it's going to be. I'm always gonna try to set it up before the actual day, so just look out for the notification of when we go live on Sundays. Okay. Eventually, hoping that eventually we can get 100 people on here and I can do my thing. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in as always, man. Much appreciated. Make sure you leave a like if you have not left a like on this live stream yet. It's been real. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. You already know who it is. It's your boy Terabyte Reacts, and peace.